Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. My name is Todd. Welcome to the Todd Reacts reaction stream. It's Friday. It's Friday. We made it. We've done it. We've conquered another week. We have done it. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you decided to click on in whichever fashion you decide to do so. I certainly appreciate it. If this is your first time here, go ahead and follow, subscribe, whatever you need to do to come on back. And if this is your, boy, that was Southern. Come on back now. If this is your 100th time being back, welcome back all the same. I appreciate you being here. And yeah, if you would like to request your own videos, these are going to be all member requested videos off of toddreacts.com. You can certainly do so. Go ahead and check that out. Sign up today. You can literally guide the stream. And while you're there, check out the merch available right now for a limited time only, 15% off for members and ships worldwide. Many different colors to choose from to fit your wardrobe, your style, whatever you want to call it, and very inclusive sizing as well. I'm currently wearing the graphic tee, as you can see in front of you. It's got the graphic on the back, it's got the logo on the front, and it comes in a variety of different colors and sizes, and it does have a nice size guide there as well, inches and centimeters, to help you decide on which will be perfect, which will fit you amazing. And I will say this shirt is extremely soft. During the first release of merch, I noticed this one company. I got a sample from them, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is one of the nicest t-shirts I think I've ever had. It's extremely soft. It washes nice. It's wonderful. So pretty much almost every single tee you see in here is that same company. So you're going to be very, very pleased with the quality and the softness. Softness is all that matters to me. Accessories as well. Go ahead and check those out. These just get added to over time. These 6 that you see on your screen are currently the brand new items. I have one of them in front of me right now. This is the double wall tumbler. It's got my nice little ice water in there, and the condensation stays inside where it should be because it is double walled, so your hands don't get like slick and all that grossness. And it does come with the straw as well, which is very handy. And of course, there's other items there as well. I got my energy drink in the rocks glass. I know it's not a cocktail, but it is an energy drink. So probably 100% worse for you, let's be honest. And the pint glass, it is a nice, cool apple juice. It is a nice chilled, brewed apple juice. It's lovely. It's delicious. And I'm looking forward to it. It's Friday. Let's celebrate. Let's absolutely celebrate. You're here. I'm here. It's Friday. Let's have a good time. So go ahead and check those out as well. And if you're already there on the YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I think YouTube makes it pretty obvious, but I'll zoom in there just in case. And there's over 1,100 videos there. So if you're watching live via Twitch right now, literally right now, as I'm saying this, head on over to the YouTube channel. All of these VODs that are live streamed on Twitch get uploaded to YouTube, and that's where they stay. So go ahead and check that out. Over 14,100 of you have already hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Doesn't mean anything monetarily, but it is a nice little boost to the channel, and it's a free, easy way to support. So if you're going to do something, I would definitely do that. So go ahead and do that today. And last but certainly not least, the Discord channel. It is totally free. It's a vibrant is the word I was looking for. Vibrant community of over 250 at this point. I think it's 254 or something. It's somewhere around there. Don't quote me. I can't look at it right now, but I think it is. It tells you when I'm live, which is super handy, which is amazing. It gives you a little notification on your phone if you have notifications turned on. And you can request a channel. If you don't see a channel of something you're interested in, something you like to talk about, maybe it's track and field. Maybe it's, something hyper-specific that isn't been meant and it hasn't had a channel created to it yet, you can certainly request it and we will make it for you. And who knows? You might be talking to people from all over the world. It's definitely an international community. There's always somebody awake at any given moment to talk to, which is awesome. Lots of different fandom channels. You can check those out. And we have some fun community channels as well. You can request either one, honestly. Either one. Happy to make it for you. Shout out to the mods, of course. The mods are great. Luke, Rocco Kitty, and Jace. They do a ton of work in the behind the scenes, and I appreciate it greatly. And now that we've gotten that out of the way, hi. We only have 4 videos today because one of them is quite long. So we're going to break it in half, and it's going to count as 2 videos. So we do only have 4 subjects today, but it'll be pretty much a regular length stream, I suppose. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. We're going to start off with a Shine official trailer. This was apparently on Beyond Cloud, BOC for short. No idea how it's going to go. The tagline is, "We love, we fight, we shine." So that could be interesting. The tagline further is, "Welcome to the far side of the moon," which sounds like a Pink Floyd track. And then we're going to move on to The Walking Dead. It's going to be a video highlighting Judith Grimes, the child of Rick and what is his wife's name? I know Carl. What was his wife's name? I can't even remember at this point. I don't know. For some reason, it's escaping me. Maybe somebody can let me know. But it's going to be Judith Grimes. And then we have a JuniorMark compilation. They're cute and funny moments. I don't think I've reacted to them before, so that'll be definitely interesting. I think I've reacted to Junior before, if I am correct. I think I am. But again, it's been over 1,100 videos. Whoo! my brain is good, but it's not that good. And then we're going to end stream and kick off your weekend with a Katseye helpful guide. It's the longer video, so it's going to kind of go over all the members, a little bit of their history, how they formed, I assume. I have no idea. I haven't seen it, but we'll be watching it together, I suppose. But should be good. Should be excellent. Only news I have for you today is that's my birthday weekend. So I'm going to enjoy it the best that I can. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to do something, I suppose. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you have a nice weekend as well. Let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? Let's do it. Let's go ahead and bring up the first video. Let me go ahead and make sure. I want to make sure I have it positioned correctly, because if we need, I'm trying to think, if we need closed captioning, okay, I think we do. So let me position this a little differently so you can see it. Otherwise, that will be very confusing for me and for you, potentially. All right, here we go. Looking forward to it. Let's go ahead and unmute that. That would help. We'll reload it. Why not? There's the thumbnail art there. And let's go.
That's one small step for man.
Obviously, I know what that is.
Giant leap for mankind.
It's Neil Armstrong.
Welcome, Dr. Tin
นี่ลงสระเลยลงสระเลย
ยินดีที่ได้รู้จัก ผมธันวา
เขาดังขนาดนั้นเลยเหรอ่ะธันวานักร้องหน้ามุมมูลชาย ดังมากไอ้พ่อลูกแม่งเกลียดชิบหาย
สำหรับเลิศเราต้องรู้ว่าอะไรควรรักษา อะไรต้องเสียสละ เพื่อเป้าหมายที่ใหญ่กว่า
แล้วหน้าที่สื่อ มันคืออะไรวะพี่
ใครมีความเห็นเรื่องนี้บ้างครับ
มีครับ ทำไมปัญญาชนที่กลับจากเมืองนอก ชอบเอาทฤษฎีฝรั่งมาอธิบายสิ่งที่เราต้องเจอทุกวัน
เราต้องสร้างพื้นฐานให้คนด้วย
พวกเราจะไม่หยุดแค่นี้เว้ย
ฉันอยากให้เลิศแต่งงานกับเทวีลูกสาวฉัน
เ
ทุกคนมันต้องจากไปมา1 2 3
พวกผมรุนแรงไม่ใช่ผู้บริสุทธิ์
แล้วเจ้ากันไปเสี่ยงทำไม
จะเป็นคนที่โหดนะเว้ย
พวกแม่งกันแหละ
แต่ก็ไม่มีใครอยู่เฉยๆ แล้วเปลี่ยนอะไรได้เหมือนกัน
ขอต้อนรับทุกท่านสู่แกรนด์พาราดิโซค่ะจัดดิไอ้เฟี้ยว
No system is perfect. น้องมันเป็นคอมมิวนิสต์
Wow, this is intense. Oh my gosh. Political intrigue. Figuring out relationships.
ยินดีต้อนรับสู่อีกด้านหนึ่งของดวงจันทร์ Cheers.
The absolute wild nature of that time period. Oh man. Wow. Late 60s, early 70s. That was a time, apparently. I was not alive for that, but yeah, looking at that really kind of puts things into perspective for sure. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some love like I just did. And for those of you watching live, let's go ahead and get you that link. There it is. All right, let's pull up some information on this. I have no idea how the plot kind of goes on this, so this would be a nice way to go about it. Here we go. Perfect. Shine is a series from Beyond Cloud. There's an acoustic version and an orchestra version of the show, since one of the main characters is a musician. And they very much used music to help recreate the time period of 69 to 71. Like I said, late 60s, early 70s, right on the nose. There was an uprising in Thailand that happened on October 14th, 1973, against the military dictatorship, and the show is inspired by events in the years leading up to it. Okay. So it shows kind of the turmoil and all that stuff. This is a BBC On This Day mini article to give you some context to the upheaval you just saw in the trailer. All right, let's see. The students are angry with the field marshal and his regime. 1973, Thai army shoots protesters. Yikes. Dozens of people have been killed in the Thai capital in Bangkok in street battles between the government troops and the demonstrators. Most of the victims were students from the university who gathered in large numbers for a second day of protest against the Thai military. Violence broke out when several thousand students took to the streets demanding the military government step down. They're also calling for early introduction of a constitution. Confrontation. Today, demonstrators barricaded streets leading to a government office. Witnesses say protesters threw stones, petrol bombs, but were driven back by police and troops using live rounds. That is real bullets. That'll end you, basically. Several people fell after shots were fired. Not surprising. Reportedly, the work of snipers. Oh, boy. There have also been reports of fire engines and buses being... I would just hope the snipers were looking at the people throwing gas bombs, petrol bombs. Hopefully nobody else. But then again, it's a sea of people. How the heck are you going to be that accurate? Like, there's no chance. No chance at all for that. Clashes between troops and students also occurred at the university after students began returning from the street demonstrations, of course. Students are angry with the field marshal and his regime that have ruled Thailand since 1947. Wow, that is quite a long time. Field Marshal abolished the existing constitution in a coup in 1971, and less than 10 days ago, 13 pro-democracy campaigners were arrested for calling for a permanent constitution. Good grief. Yeah, that's how you could tell it's a dictatorship, when you're arresting your opponents. After a peaceful protest march of about 200,000 people. Wow. Government pledged to introduce a new constitution within 12 months. That's good. But there is considerable public skepticism about the government's promises. I mean, yeah, you would take that with a grain of salt, for sure. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, you would absolutely just look at them and go, we'll see it. We'll believe you when we see it, kind of thing. Bangkok is now under a state emergency. Newspaper censorship and curfews have been imposed, and schools in the capital will remain closed until the situation calms down. Wow. Newspaper censorship. Interesting. That is really something. Dang. That's rough. That is absolutely rough. If you would like me to react to that, you could certainly do so. ToddReacts.com. I don't take requests live. These are all member-requested videos of ToddReacts.com. So check it out. I'll even, I think I can, yeah, if you do the command for it, website. There you go. There it is. All right. Let's go back to the doc. Trusty MDL link for Shine. 8.2 out of 10, 625 users. A tale of love and ideals unfolds in an era resistant to diversity set against the backdrop of political turmoil, 69 to 71. Trin, a principled economist, collides with Thanwa, a free-spirited hippie. When they encounter Moira, an extravagant widow who lives far beyond the boundaries of freedom, their lives take an unpredictable turn and unprecedented for sure. Wow. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of, oh boy, in Mad Men, Don Draper kind of goes through this period of time, and he starts hanging out with some quote-unquote hippies, I guess, more free thinkers, free-spirited, and he it's like the ultimate culture clash. He can't accept it. He's not into it, and he just kind of roasts them, and they roast him, and he's in a suit. They're just kind of lounging in, loose garb, loose clothes, and it's an interesting scene of just kind of the juxtaposition of those two different cultures clashing. It was really interesting. The intro to the show is very unique and striking, setting up the time period. Let's check it out. I actually really like this. Obviously, the art style is very reminiscent of that time period. Beautiful. Wow, that was nicely done. Originally, Shine was going to be a sequel of sorts to their hit movie Man Swang, I think, which was set in the early 1800s. This changed, though, through the development period of the show. This is why some articles still have photos of Mile and Apo in more traditional Thai dress rather than some of the more recognizable modern 60s looks. Boy, 1800s would have been an interesting interesting show. Shine is one of the BL and GL productions that has received funding from the Thai Ministry of Commerce. Can anyone explain why suddenly the Thai government is involved in the making of Mile Apo's new series? I would like to know why. I've seen a TikTok where a user expressed concern over this involvement, as the government apparently is making use of their soft power. What's the whole deal? From what I understand, the series will showcase Thai attractions and scenery, culture, and so on, in order to bring in tourism. Okay. All right, I see what it is. It's an undercover tourism spot. And also support equal rights. So basically a giant tourism ad with plot and Milo chemistry. But hopefully someone paid more attention than I did. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of interesting that the government would fund the show like that. So technically, anytime a government funds a show, they're getting something out of it. Like clearly there's an angle for sure. I read somewhere the part of the motivation is the addition to tourism is to promote same-sex marriage in Thailand in order to legalize it. Becoming a destination location for same-sex couples, it's a great idea. Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. Kind of a tropical oasis getaway thing for your wedding. Okay. They've sponsored or provided funds for multiple BLs in the past. I did not know that. This is not new at all. Many that showcase beautiful scenery are sponsored by the tourism industry. Oh, maybe they get better shooting locations, photography locations, just because the government's kind of helping them out, and it's easier to get places. Also, the cultural ministry does a lot for many Thai series, and the same for many K series, including BL. You will see their logos at the end of or beginning of the credits. The recent Love for Love's Sake is one. Very interesting. You're looking at this the wrong way around. Mile and Oppo point to the success of Kin Porsche and the Thai BL industry in general, demonstrating that teenagers, people who are about to become adults, and likely will be traveling for pleasure, are the target demographic. They convince the government to invest in their film and also pay big bucks. Mile and his already quite influential and connected background helped to make a bunch of cash. With the cunning use of making a hot guy with a good body kiss Apo, one of the most handsome men to ever exist. It's a fruit. I almost said it's a fruitful, which technically it is. It's going to bring in a lot of money. Faultiness plan, to their credit. In fairness, if this is about marriage equality, that's actually amazing. I mean, obviously they did pass it. This is a 2-year-old comment. But I would assume they definitely did it to show off kind of the local scenery and all that stuff. And kind of makes sense, actually. COVID has really hurt Thailand tourism these past 4 years. So the Thai Tourism Board government is probably looking for avenues to exhibit Thailand and Thai culture. Yeah, I mean, if you're relying on foreign money to come in for, tourism needs, and which helps businesses, it helps obviously the hotels, the resorts, restaurants, all that stuff. Like everybody benefits off of tourism, controlled tourism, not like not like some of that wild stuff we've been seeing with live streamers. Normal tourism, good, healthy tourism. This slide pretty much explains it. Ministry of Commerce together with Beyond Cloud to empower Thai brands and products in the global markets, as well as move forward as a country and society with gender equality. Well, there you go. I would assume the global markets is the government part. The gender equality is probably something Beyond Cloud was like, you gotta include it. You gotta include it. It's gonna be part of it, so you better include it. But that's great. That's really great. And it, honestly, for just the sake of shooting a show or movie or anything like that, I mean, Tom Cruise has talked about it ad infinitum, like all the time. He basically just said, most of his time is spent looking for interesting locations to photography or shoot, capture. And if you have the government and public land available to you completely, like that really helps. So it's a nice way to make your movie or show look really, really good. Mile and Apo declined payment for acting in this series in order for the money to be used elsewhere in the project. Wow. Mile has done this during Kin Porsche 2, and he's part of an incredibly rich family. Already he could afford to do so. Ah, that makes sense. But this time Apo was able to join him in the gesture, which goes to show how well he's doing in the years since Kin Porsche with brand deals such as Dior, I have no idea how to say that, Skechers, that he could afford to forgo a salary too. Yeah, I mean, that's doing pretty well if you can just say, you know what, I'll just do this one on the house. Don't worry about it. When it came to the airing of the first episode, they had a fan event to screen it with the cast. Mile and Apo bought tickets for the entire behind-the-scenes crew so that they could all enjoy their hard work. Wow. No one can do anything alone. Being Mile is good, being Apo is good, but being Mile Apo is better. Working as partners is like building a house. No single pillar is the strongest. Each pillar must support the others. Wow. Very nice.
ชอบอะไรมากที่สุดถ้าต้องเลือกในการทำงานในสถานะพาร์ทเนอร์
โอ้ไม่ชอบการแข่งกัน
เช่น
เฮ้ยพี่อยากดังกว่าโปอยากดังกว่าพี่อยากทำได้ดีกว่าโปอยากทำได้ดีกว่าพี่อยากเด่นกว่าเพราะว่ามันน่ารำคาญ
ถ้าเป็นอย่างนั้นมันก็ไม่เรียกว่า
Behind the scenes, how to perfect high acting. All right, let's learn. There you go. Just get really dizzy. Just get really dizzy, and there you go. Now all of a sudden you're quote unquote drunk. In Shine, Mile plays Thanwa, the frontman of a band called Moonshine. They use Mile's real music talents to bring this to life. He features a lot on the original soundtrack. Ryan Tedder is credited in 4 songs in the Shine soundtrack. The producer is best known for his work with Beyonce, Lady Gaga, BTS, Adele, and other big names. Wow. In the above pick is JJ, who you've reacted to in DFF, 4 Minutes fan meet, and TikToks of his ship, JJ Fuai. That's right. JJ Fuai. I appreciate the pronunciation there. I definitely needed it again. JJ plays a hippie called Sucha, and Fuai plays a student called What? Taste of the OST. All right, this is called Dawn. See how it sounds.
Stretches far through shadows and storm, where the whispers of change are etched in bone. How many tears must water the ground?
Nice. Very nice. If there's one thing I know about the 60s and 70s is that singer-songwriters were at a premium. Premium. And the beautiful part of back then, you had to be actually able to sing and perform live. Actual instruments. It was just a different time. Honestly, if you were to ask me, a better time for music. We had more creative, more talented people in the music industry. Obviously, certain genres aside, there are some genres that absolutely do still have talent and all that stuff and can perform live and all that. But there is a lot of acts that are very popular in pop, the pop arena, that are just god-awful live. Don't get me started on rap hip hop live. Most of them are absolute trash. Better to just listen to the album. I just saw something with Justin Timberlake is getting absolutely roasted for his latest tour. Apparently for a lot of it is just putting the mic down and having people sing in the audience. And people are just like, why would you pay those tickets? Why would you pay the money for those tickets to just sing yourself like karaoke? It's brutal. Brutal. Hold Your Hand.
Take what you can. Just let me hold your hand. If you say the word, darling, I'll be your man. Just let me hold your hand. If you want it all, take what you can. Just let me hold your.
It's a good song. Good song. I wouldn't call it 60s or 70s, but it's good. I like it.
I shout it out in the streets. I think I love you. I don't know what's happened to me. Am I in love, 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 love? Am I in love, 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 love?
I like that. I like that too. That is good. Very good. This is Gone Days. This is all from the Shine original soundtrack.
Place in your heart, I took your hands and left you there. Now it's all falling apart. So the time has gone by. The rain is covering your face like it flooded from the sky.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Very whimsical is the word that comes to mind there. Half of Everything is the last one.
See what we are shown and know what we are told. We miss the truth that sits beneath the foam. We hear the parts we want to hear. Ignore the doesn't trying to sing, but that's just half of it.
I'm catching like Color of the Wind. Color of the Wind from Pocahontas. I'm catching a little bit of that in there. I don't know why. I heard some of the melody and I'm like, you could paint with all the colors of the wind. Hey, it's good. It's good. I'm not knocking it. It's good. In July, a large chunk of the cast took part in Timeless Thai Taste in LA, Miami, and New York. This is to promote the show, but also to provide Thai food and products. Okay. All right. I have not partaken very much, if at all, in Thai food, actually. Trying to think. I think I've only had potentially Thai food once. Yeah, I think so. Maybe that's something I gotta push myself into, I suppose, and give it a shot. Maybe I should record it. First time ever having Thai food. That'd be kind of interesting. I've done a food video on here before. It was way back, many years ago, but I could totally do another one. Whilst in America, the cast also ate at many Thai-owned restaurants, promoting them on their social media too. That's awesome. That's so cool. In New York, several American TikTok influencers were invited to take part in a press event and ask the cast questions. The blow comes from the event. Not Boys Love. Get out of here, TikTok shop.
First original gay series of Thailand. It's the first one. It's not boys now. Look at that, we're not boy. Oh, face. Yeah. Inside. It's all outside. Yeah, but young and hard. Young and hard. You see like man love scene inside. Love scene is going to be hot, mild, and sweet. Realistic.
Love is love.
You did not just say love is love. You just described it as hot, mild, and sweet, which sounds like the flavors of... sounds like the flavors of something, like food. Hot, mild, and sweet. Like 3 different flavors. That is... that's interesting. I don't know exactly how they're going to strike that balance of sweet and hot and mild, but that's going to be quite interesting. This is Kelly, aka BL Chef, asked this question to the cast.
Thai Taste 2025. BL
That's
Chef
really cool that they
interview
did this.
question with the cast of Shine.
All right, our next one, BL Chef. Hi, since this is an original script, and this could be anyone, is there a particular person any of you used as a reference for the role that you play?
I used the writer James Baldwin. I had to understand how it feels to be a freedom fighter, how it feels to rebel, to speak when you're feeling oppressed, and also as a person of color, my character is, in a sense, the feeling of, let's say, the pain, I had to read that. So I read up on his books. I read Giovanni's book, which is one of the first gay stories. And it helped me connect with my character a lot. So his books, it was the same time period. He was very eloquent.
About others? You guys can answer as well. Yeah.
คือตัวละครผมก็ไม่ได้ดูครับตัวอย่างก็คือแบบตัวละครในมันคือสำหรับผมมันค่อนข้างแบบสนุกสนานแล้วคือแบบตัวตนเรามันก็สนุกสนานอยู่แล้วก็เลยแบบไม่ได้แบบดูใครหรือว่าแบบมีโรโมเดลในการเล่นเรื่องนี้เป็นพิเศษ For him he has no preference at all he's a chill guy day by day
I would say they might not have a reference point with somebody famous or anything like that, but everybody throughout their life has impacted how they act. Coaches, obviously voice coaches, acting coaches, family, parents, siblings potentially. Like everybody you interact with shapes your worldview and your feeling of what am I trying to say there? Basically your existence, your mindset. Everybody you interact with has some impact on you. So even if you didn't take a reference for the role you're playing, you're still using them through you to spit out the character.
I play high-level soldier. I'm like a spokesman of the government. So I study these leaders in the world who are smart and like calm, powerful. So I study that.
And for me, I have no reference, but American culture influenced this character a lot. You know, like hippie, you know, like psychedelic things, like Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix, shout out.
Also, guitar things.
Of course.
Guitars in this series is original from that film.
Nice. Very nice. That's awesome. Peter explaining his character Victor.
He's a political activist student political science student in 1969 at a very famous university in Thailand. And he's kind of like a rebel, you know, he goes to protests, he fights for freedom.
Crowd explodes. First episode aired last Saturday. Wow. Here's some fan reaction on Reddit. Spoilers ahead for viewers who haven't caught up. Just a heads up on that. All right. So it's currently airing. D-Day. Oh my gosh. Tale of love and ideals unfolds in an era resistant to diversity set against the backdrop of political turmoil. There you go. All right, so it's August 2nd, the 9th, 16th, 23rd, 30th. All right, all the way through September. So that gives you something to watch for the next couple months here. Oh, you can watch the orchestric version. It took me a second. I'm like, how do you say that? Orchestric version exclusively on Wii TV every Saturday at 10. Dang, that would be pretty sweet. Acoustic, orchestric, that's very cool. I love the fact that they're making that available. Obviously, you have to pay for it. It is not free. Neat. Soundtracks available everywhere. The boys are back in town. Running thoughts. Opening credits are perfectly trippy. Maybe I should have got a funny cigarette for the occasion. Yeah. Good Lord. Apo looks so dang good. That moon brooch is perfect. And the all black. Goodness. Drink every time they say shine. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That probably could be a drinking game, honestly. Cinematography and costumes are gorgeous so far. Nice. That's always good to see. Original soundtrack is fire. All the songs are very well placed. Acting is great. Extremely high quality production. That's great. That's good to hear. That is very nice. This is the best business meeting. Booze, weed, hookah, girls, and kiddie pools. Yeah. They knew how to have business meetings back then. I will say that. My dad told me once of they had a company function in Las Vegas. And if you know about Las Vegas, back in the day, it was quite a place. It's still quite a place, but it not as much right now. Their tourism is actually down, I think, 11% year over year. And it's typically, at this point, it's because prices are just crazy. Absolutely nuts. It used to be a cheap, fun way to make, have a good vacation. And the shows were somewhat cheap and the food was very cheap. But they would make money back on people gambling and being in the casinos. But people don't have to go to Vegas or be in a casino to gamble. You can do it on your phone at this point in a lot of states in the United States. So kind of lost its appeal to the younger folks. And he had a meeting there, and they had it was like a sushi buffet. And then halfway through the meeting, a bunch of how do I describe this? Hula girls came out, I guess you could say. Dancers, I guess we could say. Professional dancers, perhaps. And got up on the tables and started shaking things. And him describing this was just wild. And it's not like it wasn't like a tiny company. This is one of the larger companies in the US. So very much an interesting experience. He said it was pretty great. It was pretty great. And I'm like, and then I watch Mad Men with these. My eyes are just like, am I seeing this correctly? Every office you walk into has like booze just on hand to like give you. Like, hey, welcome into my office. Can I get you a drink, cocktail, anything? And it's just like, what? How is that real? Boy, we have strayed so far. Ugh. BOC is once again giving us the quality we've been missing. Acting is good on all fronts. Mile Apo have some of the best chemistry. Love their dynamic. That's great. Really good. They said budget. Also, did they translate communist to mafia? That's funny. Production gets the vibes right. Okay. All right. Sounds good so far. Episode 1 gave me flashbacks to Kin Porsche's first episode not because of the plot, but because I'm equally in awe of Apo's looks. Whoa. So far it seems like the production quality is there. That's great. That's good to hear. So that's what the orchestric versus acoustic means. I was so confused. I wonder if the first episode will be free on WeTV. I hate it as a platform and will subscribe only near the end of the show. Interesting. Yeah, you can see kind of the opening here again. I'm so happy to get a real period drama like this. It looked gorgeous. Nice. I love that. Can't believe they actually filmed some scenes in Paris. Wow. Yeah, I did see the Eiffel Tower. I was not ready for this level of production. That is so great. I love it. I love it. I'm glad they're stepping it up. They're stepping it up. More money. Obviously, government money certainly helps. More money, better production, better dialogue, better costumes, better settings, better locations, better cinematography, better lighting is huge. Editing, color grading, like all of those things can just affect how something is perceived. And if it's perceived as world-class or, beautiful, good to look at, people will stick around. And people who probably wouldn't even have given it a chance before will give it a chance if it looks good and sounds good and the writing's good and the acting is fine. Like, there are certain things that will move the needle, and those things kind of happen to be it. You got to make it look good, period. It's got to be up to standards, all that stuff, and it sounds like it is, which is great. Good on the people of BOC. Excellent. Very interesting. I like the fact that it can be a period drama, and it can still have like modern takes and modern vibes to it. It's kind of interesting. All right, let's move on to the next one. It is Mother's Daughter. Yeah, that's a pretty accurate title there. Judith Grimes. This is from Walking Dead, of course. Let me go ahead and move this over to the full screen. Alrighty. I think I just have to make this somewhat smaller. Is it going to allow me to? There we go. There's Judith with a revolver, a very powerful revolver. Let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? I don't remember much from Judith, actually. I really don't. So this will be kind of a blast from the past, and hopefully, certainly after season 5, when I stopped watching regularly, hopefully it goes over a bit of that. So let's go ahead and jump in here and see what it's about.
Is that name? It's yours. Judith.
I think by the time I left the show, she was barely talking, if at all.
Grimes. Do you think that's a good name?
I think that's a fine name.
Carl.
Judith Grimes.
You're not going to shoot me, kid.
Yeah, I will.
Love how Judith was the first kid where everyone's just like, you're bringing a child into this? Like, look around you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And hanging around Michonne.
Oh, Judith? You coming with me?
Oh.
Diane? And look how great everything turned out for you. How about no? But if I see you again, I'll shoot.
Taking shots at Negan.
Don't lie.
Oh my gosh.
Don't move.
Your daughter's a little demon with a sword. Like mother, like daughter.
Is this the equivalent of a COVID kid?
Ass kicker. Has he now?
Language. I'm a kid, asshole. You are your mother's daughter.
Good line.
My dad's too. Say it again. I'm serious.
Sabrina Carpenter jump scare there. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love, as I will do. Boy, it's definitely a lot more of Judith than I remember seeing, just because I think she was a baby by the time I bailed on the show, honestly. For those of you watching, there is the link. Let's go ahead and look into some more information on Judith. Certainly, she spent quite a bit of time training around Michonne and knew how to handle a blade. Good grief. Woo. All right, let's go ahead and pull that up. Fictional character from the comic book series Walking Dead. Obviously portrayed with the same name in the show. Portrayed by several child actresses when the character was a newborn, of course. Daughter of Lori. That's the name. Oh my gosh. I almost said Carol, and I'm like, no, that's too close to Carl. It's not Carol. Carol's somebody else. Daughter of Lori, an adoptive daughter of Rick Grimes. Judith's biological father is probably Shane, though it's still not been confirmed. Interesting. Very interesting. Younger half-sister of Carl, of course. Carl. However, Rick told Lori he did not care if she was Shane's daughter because he will still love her as his daughter. During the governor's last assault on the prison, Lori is killed by Lily while holding Judith. Lori falls, crushing Judith, leaving Rick and Carl in total devastation. Obviously did not crush her to pancake. I refuse to believe that Judith is Shane's. Well, I mean, jury's out, I suppose. Jury is out. Season 3, Judith Grimes first appeared in the episode Killer Within, where she was born via C-section, carried out by Maggie due to complications that Lori had during labor. And I remember everyone was just like, you're bringing a kid into this world? During the C-section, Lori loses a lot of blood, agonizingly says goodbye to Carl, as he shoots her out of mercy to avoid her reanimation. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Oh, that's so brutal. Oh gosh. On the day she was born, Glenn and Maggie go to get formula. I remember that. Milk, when Herschel told them baby Judith could not survive without it. Daryl nicknames her Little Ass Kicker. Yep, it's a beautiful name. Baby Judith was often in the care of Beth and Carol. There's Carol throughout the season. It's one of my favorite episodes. Yeah, it was a good episode. Lots of emotions in that one, for sure. And I loved Glenn and Maggie kind of going out and trying to find the formula. It was an interesting, tense time, for sure. So obviously, by the time I bounced, it was Judith was still a baby, certainly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at the family, occupation, self-defense teacher. General ass kicker. Let's see. According to showrunner Angela, to adapt the comic story, they plan on taking some of the role that Carl had and giving them to Judith, now aged similarly to Carl, which allows them to follow the main threads of the comic's Whisperer arc, but with a new take using Judith's personality. Very interesting. Thoughts on Judith Grimes. So I'm at season 10 of The Walking Dead, and she's about 10 years old, so she's bound to be mildly annoying, irritating. I mean, yeah, that's kids, right? Get to a certain age, you start asking why, you start trying to pretend that you're older. I mean, we've all been there. We've all been there, especially around 10, 12, somewhere around there. Quit the show when Carl died. Yeah, that would have been brutal to see, honestly. Hated the Woodbury plot. Yeah, same. I have 2, so I know. Yeah. Jesus, she gets on my nerves so much. She's like the real-life version of Jessie from Toy Story, only more annoying. Wow. Go off. She's got Rick's Colt Python, and I can't remember seeing her use it yet. But if she does, she's going she's going on her backside. Yeah. Yeah, there would be so much kick on that revolver that it would literally fly behind her. Like, she would probably lose grip of it. I've seen so many videos, and they're very funny. Obviously, people get mildly hurt, but they don't, get too hurt. Otherwise, it wouldn't be funny. But I've seen so many videos on the internet of people that don't quite understand how much kick is going to happen, so they hold it right in front of their face, and when they pull the trigger, it just goes boom, like right to the back of their, just boom. And it just knocks them down. It is so insane. And obviously, the person filming should be telling them, hey, you really got to hold it. Like, you got to really put muscle into it. Otherwise, it's not going to go well. What's up? Welcome in. Thanks for the follow, of course. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I like cookies, too. I do. I would assume her guardians wouldn't give her a gun they hadn't trained her to use. I would hope so. It's unfortunate they didn't have like a less powerful one, because that's starting with a big one. Can't remember seeing her use it yet, but if she does, she's going on her backside. When Rick held it and used it one-handed, I was always thinking, nah, you wouldn't be holding it like that. True. That is true. Like, holding it with one hand is crazy. It's got some serious recoil, so he must have had good control, but whatever. Anyway, she's just the worst 10-year-old ever. She's Jeez. Oh my gosh. She's making decisions for the group and making other main character adults look stupid. Wow. This is really going in. Really cocky and irritating overall, and not how I'd expect her to be raised by Michonne and being around Carol and Daryl, who are quite quiet. Interesting. All right. So we're saying if she was, really being raised by Michonne, she would be much more in line, basically. But I don't know if you can rein in a 10-year-old. I've only ever been a 10-year-old. I've never had a 10-year-old. And I'm just thinking back to when, I was around that age-ish, and I was annoying. I will flat out say that. I was obviously annoying. Like, I would just assume most 10-year-olds are kind of annoying. That's wild. I think Negan, of all people, said it best. She is Michonne's daughter, so she doesn't take that S laying down. She also spent years keeping quiet and following her mother's lead before she decided to make her feelings and everything known. They basically made her a replica of Carl. To say and do the things Carl would have said or done. He would not have been happy Michonne closed the community to new people. He would have wanted to be out there and be a part of the fight with the grown-ups. He would have continued to be an amazing older brother, as Judith is an amazing older sister to RJ. Somebody said she was a cool character. I don't think she was in the story enough for me to really make a solid opinion on her. I like how they didn't make her a potato when it came to her decision-making. Potato. It's exactly how I expect her to turn out. It's the Lori in her. That's true. That is true. Lori was strong. She was extremely opinionated in a not bad way. You know what I mean? I think she's pretty dope, cool kid, and funny. Python is chambered in 357 mag, which can load 38 special, which are low power loads in comparison. When you combine the lower power of a 38 special with the heavy, full, lugged, and ribbed barrel of the 6-inch Python, you get a very mild recoil. A Python with 38 target loads is an absolute plinker. Yeah, if you had the 357 in there, it kicks. I've definitely fired one of those before. it was a nerve-wracking experience. All I kept getting told was, make sure your feet are planted and really, engage your muscles. And it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I think overwhelmingly you've been shown that most people love Judith. I think one thing you're maybe not thinking about is the fact that she was born after the start of an apocalypse. Most kids born after or were very young in larger, safe communities have been sheltered and are completely irritating because they have no real experience. While the few we've met who were born after the apocalypse but lived a hard life on the road, struggling to survive, are harder, quote unquote, and definitely smarter. I think Judith received an excellent education on walkers, bad people versus good people, and how to make quick calls in different situations. Absolutely. I would assume Rick was going over, and Michonne certainly, what to do in whatever situation. How to protect yourself. Plus she's consuming. She's seeing people around her die and fight and all that stuff. So you're just soaking in all that information, certainly. So you're gonna definitely age. You know how they say people have old souls, or people are acting older than they are. I always got that for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it was because I was stoic and quiet or whatever and just absorbing. But some people just absorb, and then they're able to, move when they have to move, basically. So I'm assuming she is quite battle ready just from that, being around it, feeling, on the run, engaged, all that stuff. Only remember her firing the Colt twice. Once was a warning shot that knocked Negan off a bike, which we saw, and she'd promised him before he left Alexandria that she'd shoot next time she saw him. The second was into Sebastian's head after he had been bitten and was already on his way out. Unpopular opinion, but I love Judith. She's one of my top 5 characters. Me too. She never annoyed me. I think she's really cute, and the older Judith actress did a great job. I liked her character, didn't find her annoying. I think this is a case where having kids of your own changes your perspective. One of the worst ideas for the show, almost bossing around the adults because she's Rick's little girl, Goofy. Oh, we had somebody agree. Somebody agreed. Let's see what the replies are to that. She's right a lot, though. I like her. She's like Carl, I'm assuming. I think Judith reminds me of Rosita. I'm sorry, what? What show were they watching? What show was going on in this person's house? I think we were watching the wrong Walking Dead. That might have been The Walking, I don't know, something else. Lover or hater, Lori was not quiet. Yeah, true. Very true. I don't know what show they were watching, but that is something. I find her, for the lack of a better word, cringe. Generally unrealistic. I know she grew up in the apocalypse, but I found her to both talk and look silly, and I found myself pausing the show many times during her lines. They seem to have tried to make her look too much like a strong-willed person, I guess, is how I'll say that. That it looks like she's wearing a costume. Interesting. Use commas when you write, please. Yeah, this is literally like 3 sentences, and it's probably, I don't know, could be like 8, 10 sentences. I wish they had just taken her character down a different route rather than making her another Carl mini Rick. Like maybe playing on more of the fact that she's Shane's kid. Shane, the man who caused trouble and was a bit of a psycho. I think that's a lot of reason I don't like her, to be honest. I think that she's 9, but isn't a kid, as in kind of bland as a character in the sense, boy, this is one long run-on sentence. This is wild. That being said, I don't think many of the children in the Walking Dead show were transferred well from the comics and were poorly written. Well, there you go. So you had some people, agree with the fact that Judith was kind of a weird character, and then most of them kind of liked her, or really liked her, I guess. So it seems like a minority viewpoint that Judith was kind of a terrible character, and most people loved her. We need a Walking Dead Judith Grimes spinoff. Honestly, if there was a spinoff, that would kind of make sense. Since Carl is obviously... What would have been cool is Carl and Judith spinoff. That would have been neat. You just see them kind of walking around, taking care of business. There's a moment in this week's episode of The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon where a revolution hit me like a sack of bricks. It came when, spoilers past this point, Carol hands Daryl, hilarious, a little figurine made for him by Judith. It's a brief mention, but it came abundantly clear to me at that moment that we need a Walking Dead Judith Grimes spin-off series. Well, if they didn't already do like 8 of them, then I would be like, yeah, let's do it. Greenlight it. But they've done so many. This is probably something that's been clear to a lot of folks for a while, but Rick Grimes' Andrew Lincoln daughter was already pivoted to being the future of civilization by the time of the finale rolled around. She, along with her brother RJ, that would be interesting. Kind of have her and RJ, I guess, instead of Carl. No more spin-offs. Stop being the dead zombies. Yeah, I agree. What was next, though, has been a trio of series focusing on duos throughout the Walking Dead universe. Outlier, for the purposes of this piece, is Dead City, which focuses on Maggie and Negan as they explore New York. There's also some sort of jump that happened before the events of Dead City, which potentially places it in the future. But what I do want to talk about here is The Ones Who Live, which was all about reuniting Michonne and Rick. It's an emotionally charged final scene. The two reunite with Judith and RJ for the first time in years, both in the show timeline and the real-world timeline. There's a lot that I could sift through here, including Rick getting to meet his son for the first time, but one of the main driving forces behind the action of the series was Michonne trying to stay in touch with Judith and using Rick's memories of Judith to bring him home. Even though Fleming's character only shows up in the final scene, she's very much present. With the python, I see it. She's now a reminder to Daryl of home as well. He's struggling with his new connections in France and whether he can relate to Carol in the same way. Olive branch she hands him is that figurine from Judith. So why a spinoff? That's a good question. I have asked that. I asked the industry that question quite a lot. Why? Why another spinoff? Why? I just think of Michael Scott. No, please, no. Because as of this writing, we've got Daryl Dixon season 3 in production. We've got Dead City coming back for season 2. But that's where it comes to TWD. What's next? Why not make it centered around the person who's already positioned to be the crucial character in the franchise? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. She was in the movie If with Ryan Reynolds and John Krasinski. I love how I mentioned Michael Scott and then I had to mention John Krasinski. What the heck? It's a small world out there. Fleming is more capable of drawing eyeballs for a Judith Grimes-focused TV show. Given the character's connection to everyone else, it's an easy way to bring back an array of guest stars. It's true. That is true. Honestly, it does make the most sense. You can have RJ in there a little bit. Obviously, you would have had Carl in there. Judith has now lost 6 different parents since The Walking Dead began. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. No, she's just annoying. What are you talking about? She's just annoying. No, I'd say she's been through it. She's been through some stuff, and she wants to take a little bit of control over her life. That's probably what it is. Bounced from one tragedy to another since the zombie outbreak began, which makes sense. Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 2 confirms the youngster has now lost 6 different parent figures across the course of the show. Boy. First child born within her father's survivor group. Judith is old enough to shoot a gun by the time the main show ends, but young enough, well, depends on where you are. You can be very young and shoot a gun in certain parts of the world. Young enough to have no idea what the world looked like before the dead started coming back to life. Judith's role became more prominent as the seasons progressed, of course. Parental curse. Daryl Dixon, season 2, Judith had lost 6 different parents. Obviously, Shane being one of them. Rick Grimes stabbed Shane during The Walking Dead season 2. That was a wild storyline to see that kind of like spin. Whoa. I just remember being absolutely floored by that Rick versus Shane situation. Obviously, Judith emerged from the birth alive, lost Lori. That's 1. Carol's death makes Judith's record of losing parents even more tragic. Final kicker to Judith's terrible record of losing parents is that the virus also took her brother Carl. For the first time in years of her life with Rick and Michonne, Judith was doted upon by her adoring older brother. Also her sole remaining blood relative in The Walking Dead. Despite being young, it was clear that Judith and Carl had formed a powerful sibling bond. In a devastating turn of events, Carl was bitten by a zombie, Rip, and died while Alexandria was still at war with Negan's saviors, leaving Judith with only hazy memories of her beloved sibling. Dang. Who was looking after Judith once Carol left to find Daryl? In season 2, Carol explains how she ignored Judith's protests and left the Commonwealth on a quest to find Daryl, but fails to specify which of the Walking Dead survivors replaced her on the parenting conveyor belt, which unfortunately is cursed. Absolutely cursed. Curiously, they might not have needed to. The Walking Dead's timeline is vague, but both Daryl and The Ones Who Live take place shortly after the main show's conclusion. The Ones Who Live ends with Rick and Michonne finally returning home, of course. Rick and Michonne had not yet made their glorious comebacks by the time Carol left for France, so surely would have mentioned this vital detail in The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon otherwise. But whichever surrogate parent took her place would have found their child minding services were no longer required. Yeah, no, you get to a certain point, and I'm sure we've been here. You get to a certain age and your parents are like, instead of getting a babysitter, they're like, yeah, you're old enough. You can watch the house. Don't do anything stupid. Don't light it on fire. Don't throw a party. You know, all that stuff. Don't wind up in a hospital. You know, the classics. You get to a certain age and they're just like, all right, you're good. Figure it out. Just don't do anything stupid. Yeah, Lori, Rick. There's Carol. Wild. Absolutely wild. Not sure if Rick counts. That's true. That is true. I guess it would be Lori, Shane, Glenn, Rosita, and Carol. Yeah, boy, tough times. Tough times. The Walking Dead kicked off quite a zombie, literally a zombie apocalypse with media. Like the amount of video games and TV shows and movies that were all zombie centered was just crazy. So if you were not into The Walking Dead, chances are you consumed some sort of zombie content in the last 15 years. And you can thank The Walking Dead for that, for sure. All right, let's move on to the next one. We got JuniorMark cute and funny moments. I got into it late. Yeah, let's see. I think I hopped onto it immediately because it was one of those things where it just kind of took over. Kind of took over everything. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody I was in school with was talking about it. It became like this viewing event every Sunday on AMC here in the States. Yeah, it was a time. It was a time. Just, it was something, The opening was phenomenal. I just remember seeing like that beautiful scene of Rick riding his horse into Atlanta, and it's just empty, completely empty. And you're just like, whoa. What's up, Cookie? Yeah, it was just a beautiful time. Those first 2 seasons were just gripping, just absolutely gripping. And I just remember thinking like, wow, this is really brutal for like just standard cable television. Like it wasn't like HBO or anything like that. You didn't pay for it. There were limits to it. Like there are basically no limits to HBO and Cinemax and Starz here in the United States. So it was kind of weird to see that much brutality. Like it was pretty, and it wasn't gore like a horror movie where you get like all that fake blood just, you know, where it's just splattered all over the place. There was some of that, but it wasn't as bad as some like horror films. But it was pretty brutal for what it showed, like the heads coming off, the shotguns to the face and stuff like that. Like it is. I remember at the time just being floored by how brutal it was. Like I had never seen anything like that other than like horror films, of course. So it was weird. It was weird to see it on TV. But yeah, it was a cultural event for sure. Absolutely enjoyed it. Ate all of it up. If podcasts were a thing back then, certainly I would have been listening to those like I was with Game of Thrones. Yeah, it was just it was a good time. Good time. But, you know, with all things, they do fade. They do fade. It is what it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into JuniorMark. Cute and funny moments. Let's go ahead and pull that up. I believe I'm going to have to move it over a little bit. Don't want to cut off anything. I think that'll do it. That should do it. Maybe. We'll see. All right, let's jump in. JuniorMark. I've definitely reacted to Junior before. I don't know about Mark. Never got notifications you were live. Bad Twitch? Oh boy. Thanks for joining, Jace.
Junior, let me marry Mark. Okay. No.
โม่เกิดในเต็นท์จริงไหมคะพี่ไฟฟ้า
You missed Judith Grimes being a total badass. And you also missed the Shine official trailer, which was very good. Very, very good. It was a nice blast from the past, although I don't remember that past. It kind of reminded me of Forrest Gump, how it kind of went through years. At least the 60s and 70s.
จริงครับนี่คือคนท้องกับท้องตัวเองเลย
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
Got to do with it, man.
ครับดาดาว่าไงครับแดดดีชอบอีกรอบหนึ่งขออีกรอบหนึ่ง สวัสดีครับ
This song though. Sir Mix-a-Lot.
แต่เขาเป็นคนที่สังเกตมากนะแบบเวลาแบบเฮ้ยมาร์คจับผมบ่อยนะล่าสุดเนี่ยผมจูงบอกผมเลยครับก็ไม่ต้องขับรถมาก็เดี๋ยวขับไปส่งผมจะเอาพี่จูง5 คนพี่ไฟฟ้าหล่อหล่อนะพี่ไฟฟ้าพี่ไฟฟ้าหล่อชอบนะพี่ไฟฟ้าหล่อโอเคเก๋ก็ว่าพี่เขาก็หน้าตาดีนะพี่เขาก็หน้าตาดีนะ
Say it again, but louder and clearer. For the people in the back.
อะไรพี่เล็กจู่ๆผมยังไม่ได้มองตรงกลางเลยมองตรงกลางอีกรอบนึงแล้วขาสกปรกเอาขึ้นบนเตียงอีกแล้วไม่เป็นไรหรอกไม่เป็นไรอะไรเตียงกูค่ะโอ้โหไม่รู้เนี่ยเป็นสักเป็นซอกเหรอเป็นสายซอกเหรอโอเคถอดให้ก็ได้แล้วคือใส่แบบใส่คือใส่โอ้โหแล้วปลาจะโดนหัวกูอยู่แล้วเนี่ยแล้วคือใส่อะไรรู้ป่ะใส่แบบรองเท้าที่มันเป็นเหมือนคอมแบทอะthis bitch อับลองดมก่อนว่าเหม็นไหมไปเอาไว้ปลายเตียงนะ
Can't wear outside clothes inside. Can't do it. Gotta be quick with that mute button. Would have taken out some of your eardrums. Is that a sneeze or was I doing the damn? 144p. It's officially potato vision. That's got to be hotel Wi-Fi. So bad. If you try to use the Wi-Fi in any sort of hotel, it's usually atrocious. Tie for little cat. Appreciate it.
ถ้าวายเป็นแฟนกันแล้วจูมาเป็นแฟนกันเนี่ยแล้วจูเนียร์มาฐานะอะไรครับฐานะอะไรครับแอดมินลุงเหรอนี่
Oh, uncle and nephew. What?
before ดูเลยสมมติข้างนี้ข้างนี้ก็เหมือนเดิมก็เหมือนเดิมเลยคนโอ้ยเอาอีพีมันก็จะได้แบบว่าถ้าสมมติว่าใครเคยดูอะไรจ๊ะเฮ้ยยังมองหน้ากันด้วย
That's an interesting way to wear a tie. Definitely.
แต่หน้าไม่ใช่หน้าจริงหรอครับ
ไม่ใช่หน้าจริงครับ
Mark's very shy and quiet.
หน้าปลอมเป็นหน้าขึ้นมาเพื่อ
I can definitely start to see quite a bit of difference in their personalities here.
กวาดในกระจก
Security.
ตอน อนไหม
โอเค โอเค ไปนอน ไปนอน
ไปนอนดีกว่านะ
According to the revamped cast, he's been the loudest on set, though. Coming out of his shell. He's been doing just fine. Gotta be down because he wants it all. Spent months with him on 10-liners. That would do it. What's up, Rexon?
เดี๋ยวนี่ลบคิวยัง ลบคิวยัง
ยังไม่ได้ลบอะไรเลยสักอย่าง
เราจะเล่นคอนเทนต์นี้กันครับ คอนเทนต์ลบคิวแล้วขอดู เอาความจริงปะเคยหลายรอบด้วย ช่วยถือของหนักครับ พี่ฟ้าจะอุ้มน้องวายที่ถือของหนักอีกทีนึงครับ
Oh! He almost got kicked in the face. That's crazy.
ถ้าปวดท้องอยากเข้าห้องน้ำจะ
อะไรท้องนะ ใครท้อง ถ้าอะไรนะ
ถ้าปวดท้องอยากเข้าห้องน้ำจะพูดว่า
บอกล่าสุดเป็นหมา
ถ้าหนูท้องเหรอ
มาดู
ถ้าหนูท้องพี่จะรับไหมอะไรวะ อะไรวะ
น่ารักไหมเหมือนเลหางก็หางก็น่ารัก
These photo ops at these fan meets are always interesting. There's always some sort of, whether it's a fan getting too close or one of the partners or one of the couples or one of the whatever you want to call them getting a little too friendly and all that stuff. And it's always funny. Always funny. Or somebody trying to get to, get too close. That just, oh my gosh. It reminds me of, and I know this is not very related, but it popped into my head. Okay? It just popped in. I'm watching Love Island UK currently, off and on. So, episode here and there. And one of the challenges always on Love Island is Snog, a.k.a. Kiss, Mary, and pie. You take a pie to the face, basically. It's not shaving cream. I think it's like some sort of like whipped cream or something. And always, without a shadow of a doubt, every single time there is a dude who makes the wrong decision. In that process, you are absolutely 100%, no wavering, supposed to kiss the person you are with, period. Like there's no other option. That is the option you take, period. And there's always one that screws it up. And they go, well, I married you though. And then the girl is just like, so you could just kiss other girls and just, then at the end of the day, come marry me? It's just like, how are you falling into this trap? How are you this stupid? Every time. It just happened. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Every season, there is always a dummy. Always. God.
หลายครั้งได้ไหม
Oh,
คะ
just
มี
drives
มากก
me
ว่า100
nuts.
ตอนท้ายๆเรานี่เยอะนะ เราข้างรักสุดนะ ใช่ข้างรักอ่ะให้ข้างรักแบบจักรจีอ่ะเคยเห็นไหมสปอยสั้น
How it relates is there's always a fan that gets a little too friendly or tries to interject themselves. And it's just like, what are you doing? I get it, you're excited, but also these are people.
วันนี้เก่งมาก Can you marry me
ๆมาร์กจิ you can choose พี่ไฟฟ้าเอาพี่จูพี่ไฟฟ้าแล้วกันทำไมแล้วทำไม
Mm.
อยากถามพี่จูจูว่าระหว่างน้องมาร์คกับน้องหวานใครน่ารักกว่ากันครับ
Damn. Try to find somebody that looks at you like that. That is the goal. Wherever you find it, find that. That is the goal. Right in this general vicinity, right here. That's what you're looking for. And break. Jeez. Mm. Mm.
พี่หรือไม่พี่มาร์คต้องคอยให้ดูแลทุกอย่างเขาเป็นทุกอย่างจริงเปล่า
จริงครับจริงครับผมทำทุกอย่างเลยครับ
ก็จริงล่าสุดไอจูมาคุยกับบุ๊กเนี่ยเสื้อข้างนอกกูยังต้องหาให้มันเลย ตอนนี้กูเป็นพ่อมันแล้วเนี่ยดูมาร์กมันยอมไม่ได้นะพี่โอ้รักมาร์กมากเลย
What? All right. So there's multiple looks. This is one of them. Don't find this. Don't find this. There. That's a good one. That's a good one. Link down below in the video description for the original video. Go throw out some much deserved love. And of course, for those of you watching live, there is the link. Go ahead and throw out some love. I don't know why I made that sound effect there. Boop. All right, let's pull up some information on JuniorMark. There we go. All righty. I think I can make this technically bigger, can't I? Let's see. I just did a little bit of moving around of everything. And my computer updated, so that doesn't help. It was like, all right, well, everything you had ready to go, it's gone. I was just like, what? Why? Why is that a thing? There we go. Better. Boom. I forgot to transition it. JuniorMark. Junior's a 28-year-old. They need numbering or name tags. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. There's lots of marks, ohms, and flukes. Interesting. That must get somewhat confusing. Junior's a 28-year-old actor under GMMTV. Who isn't, right? I think I'm an actor under GMMTV at this point. Born 96, bachelor's degree from university, Faculty of Communication Arts. He's acting, has also started in university on the stage before making his television debut in the 2016s. I Hate You, I Love You. Nice. Mark is also a 28-year-old actor. No age gap there. Under GMMTV, like us, like me, like you, like everybody. Born in June 1997. His degree is in industrial engineering. Wow. Institute of Tech. Whilst Mark has always been under GMMTV, debuting in June Dunk's Star in My Mind, Junior was with Nadao Bangkok from 2018 until they closed. Interesting. They were both in non-BL Midnight Museum, a supernatural drama, and thought it wasn't a BL. And though it wasn't a BL, JuniorMark were a pairing in a side story. It's a good way to get introduced to a wide audience, for sure. Dome, a barista at a cafe on the verge of closure, receives an unexpected job offer. The offer comes from a cafe regular who orders coffee he never drinks. That is weird. That is weird. The job is at an odd museum, open only after sunset. Hello, vampires. With few choices, Dome accepts. Yeah, I mean, at that point, you're just going to take whatever you can get, right? On his first day, an employee tells him the museum is haunted. Well, that's my last day as well. First and last. Forbidden by the overseer from entering Zone 16. Well, that's the first place I'm going. Dome is tempted inside. Absolutely. Completely. You got to go. Katha attempts to contain the damage, but Dome has unintentionally awakened something. Oh boy. Shortly, nearly everything inside is lost. Oh boy. Well, that's unfortunate. Dome takes responsibility for the misfortune he's brought on the museum, attempts to hunt down what went missing in order to return them to where they belong. That sounds interesting. Like, really interesting. What does that look like? Midnight Museum. That's actually really clever. That sounds good, honestly. It's got an 8.1 from 5,100 viewers. My rating is 0 out of 10, apparently. I'm a harsh judge. A very harsh judge. What is that? The tale of involuntary naps and butt whooping. It's a complete mess. How the characters are written, countless plot holes, underdeveloped plot lines, rushed ending. It's entertaining, though. Everything and nothing all at once. Honestly, the plot sounds amazing. It's unfortunate there's some plot holes, but it is what it is. It wouldn't be entertainment without some plot holes. It's the first place he goes to. Honestly, yeah. If you put yourself in that situation, wouldn't you go to Zone 16 as well? If you're forbidden to be there, you'd be like, all right, what's there? I want to see. You'd be sneaking peeks around the corner, you know? What's over there? Grab like a spoon, looking at a reflection of the spoon. It's a really good show. Almost all of GMM is in it. Oh my gosh, wow. It's not his fault. The statue is calling him. Yeah, I understand. I've been there. Comment from the Discord, user Slayer Kitty. Shout out Slayer Kitty. And Mark is in my favorite product placement. They hit and killed his character with a car. The Suzuki Swift, to be exact. That's amazing. Yeah, we'd love to sponsor your program. Oh, cool. What? I guess you would want the car in the show, right? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we had this idea. We're going to toss it out there to you. Not sure if you'll accept. Not sure if it's quite on your brand. But we're thinking vehicular manslaughter. You could just imagine the other side of the phone call just like silent. Looking over at the lawyers. Looking over at the PR team. Looking over at the marketers. Like, well, that's not exactly what we were thinking about, but yeah, okay. All right. We'll run it through. I see the director introducing. Yeah. Reminded me of Sex and the City sequel, killing Mr. Big with a Peloton. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just heard the sequel is getting canceled. And a lot of comments I saw were like, they killed off Mr. Big. Like, that's literally the main love interest of that show. In the end, they did it. Yeah, true. Next, they were a second couple in the Thai remake of Cherry Magic. The concept being that you remain a virgin until you're 30. You can develop mind-reading powers. Ooh. Junior's character, Jinta, is a mind reader. I don't know about you, but I don't know if I've ever had a library experience like that. That's Tainu. That's an interesting way to look at books. Ordinary employee at a stationery company, single, still a virgin, turns 30, however. He's shocked to find he's developed the power to read people's minds when he's making physical contact. Oh, that's why he's all up in his business. Gotcha. That makes sense. He attempts to avoid contact with anyone, but it gets worse. His most handsome, perfect colleague. He learns that his good boy, smiley guy, is falling for him. Oh, that is interesting. It reads like a romance novel. Their next show together was Perfect 10-Liners, which was mentioned previously. This show had 3 story arcs within it, and JuniorMark were the main couple of the third arc. Of course, we've definitely looked at this before. Indeed. Yeah. Excellent from the reviews. 8.6 from 13,000 people. That's high. Some Reddit chat about them post 10-liners. So, when I first started watching Perfect 10-liners and had those small JuniorMark moments, I was like, no chemistry at all. I wasn't excited for their story, and I was actually planning on dropping it after the Perth Santa story. But I decided to give the first episode based on the JM relationship a chance, and I'm so glad I did. Their chemistry is fire! 3 fires. And their story is actually the most interesting one to me because I actually like Fifa. I'm not the biggest fan of Wine, but Fifa is so cute. Junior is really attractive in general. I still have some catching up to do. I watched up until episode 21, part 1, I think. But maybe I will start to like Wine's character, but I don't even mind not liking the character. JuniorMark chemistry makes up for it. Is anyone else surprised? Let's see. Wine, in my opinion, is the one that makes the relationship different from what we usually see. He's calm. He's a bit shy. Could have been the usual Yuke character, who's too shy to talk, too aloof to express his feelings, but he's assertive. He gives it straight to Fi. No games. That allows Fi to be honest with Wine and himself. Wine set the tempo of the relationship. He's the one seducing Fi and teaching him to take care of himself. He's the love guru, contrary to what Fi thinks. It's hard to know what to say since you aren't caught up, but the latest episode was excellent. 2 characters are my favorites out of the whole series. Their arc is my favorite as well. Wine is one of the best characters in BL for me. He embodies how introverts can be naturally intuitive and how they are usually great communicators as well. Indeed. It's because we're observant. It's because we're quiet. We look. We absorb. JuniorMark had me climbing the walls. I didn't expect him to be my faves. Honestly, it seems like a lot of people had that reaction. My journey was so different. I was interested in Junior from the start, so this is coming from the other direction, where they gave us a glimpse of the three main couples, and during Perth's Santa story, he was the most relatable to me. I really look forward to his story. I'm the happiest person watching Junior and Mark because my curiosity was satisfied beyond my expectation, and I want to put Junior in my pocket and run away. Well, that is kidnapping, so I'm glad you can't. I completely enjoyed watching them play Fa and Wine. They got the best story, natural acting portrayal of their characters, and have the best chemistry. Also appreciate the depth of their characters and the story progression. Oh, are there people here who also involve with Junior's hands? They're so pretty. Wow. Got any hand fans out there? Junior's hands? Going once? Going twice? Junior's hands are so effing elegant. Well, there you go. Pleasantly surprised. Ever since Cherry Magic, wanted to see more of them. Same here, pretty surprised. I really liked Wine. He reminds me of myself at that age, knowing myself, yet not feeling like I fit into what I saw as the community at the time. Took some love and care from others to become comfortable with myself and to not try to be someone I'm not. I think a lot of people can relate to that. As a fan of them pre-Perfect 10-liners, I was kind of mad and disappointed that the fans of the series were clearly stating that they wouldn't be watching their part. But I'm glad that everyone's recognizing how great they are. Such a great ship. Yeah, absolutely. The mascot is called Jummo. Hey, mascot. He does have nice hands. Okay. All right, confirmed. I was also interested in them for the most part, but I also read the book, and I like their book the most. Interesting. Okay. Hey. I like it. I like it. It's adorable. Absolutely adorable. Recently became a live-action mascot like many of the other pairings. Awesome. I don't know if I like the reflective eyes, but overall, pretty great. Pretty great. I like the detail of like the stars. That's awesome. Very cool. Before Jummo was debuted, the boys joked with fans asking who they thought was the pregnant one. Oh my God. We saw a little bit of that.
ถ้าคิดว่าพี่จูเป็นคนตั้งท้องนะครับกด2ถ้าคิดว่าน้องมาร์คเป็นคนตั้งท้องนะครับดูซิว่าเป็นคนทำ
What is this?
ต่อยได้อีกแล้วต่อยได้อีกแล้วโอ้เห็นไหมเขาไม่ต่อต้านผมไม่ต่อต้านลูกเขารักผมรักมากรักมากมากกว่าจริงเหรอแต่ใครจ่ายค่าเทอมนี่จ่ายค่าเทอม
I'm the one paying the tuition. When they drew him, they kept saying it was time they had a baby and I couldn't handle it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Jummo, do you love daddy or dada more? Well, I guess it's solved. Mystery solved. Mark became a celebrity of sorts in university by being featured on his uni's cute boy page. Oh my gosh. That's like how Facebook started with Hot or Not in a much more wholesome way. This was a trend that mostly doesn't exist so much now. Yeah, that was kind of yesteryear. But it's how several of GMMTV's current stars first gained attention. It shows that the company at the time was looking to see who was popular amongst the university age range. Yeah, that's interesting for sure. From what I've seen online, he was as famous as In Serin during his uni era in the sense he also had a viral cute boy page that made him very popular, and that is how he was brought into GMMTV. You can read about the impact of those cute boy pages somewhere here where they mentioned this, IRRC. That's true. A lot of Thai actors get started that way through idol model competitions. Yeah, I've definitely read that through quite a few bios, how most of them are models. Pond won the third Go On Girl and Guy Star Search in 2020 and was crowned as the hottest guy in the faculty of engineering at his university. I've shared this pic before, but since it's relevant again, just add to your list. The entire top row, 1 through 5, now work at GMMTV. Really? That's funny. Honestly, I understand it. Save Prem, Lang, Boom, and Kautong. Yeah. Wow. That's very interesting. Mark talked about an episode of Armshare. Very interesting. Cute boy pages are insane. Yeah. It, oh my gosh. What am I thinking of? It reminds me of something. It was like, yeah, like for a brief moment in time, Hot or Not pages was like a thing. I can't remember where that, was that Facebook? I know Facebook started as something like that, but there was a period of time where there was an actual like Hot or Not thing where it would just throw up, you could put your picture up and it would rank you or show you how people like voted for or against you and what your winning percentage was. And I'm like, good grief. What a time to be alive. Next week, August 11th through 12th, they have an event called JuniorMark Rise Shine Phantom Meet, which is sold out. Official JuniorMark and Jumbo merch available for the event. Let's see. Let's check it out. Last day to pre-order was 2 days ago. Oh, it's a pocket. That's so smart. Collectible random card. Over the moon doll keychain. That's awesome. That looks great. Pocket mirror, 2-layer keychain. Card holder. Hairpins. Nice. I don't think any of this is super expensive, is it? Yeah, like the t-shirt's $8.90. It's $28 US dollars. That's not bad. Like certainly, especially not for like a limited edition kind of shirt. Jumbo was sulking when they called the Over the Moon keychain Jumbo on a banana. Honestly, when I looked at Jumbo to begin with, that I guess it was a moon at this point around the collar, looked like a banana. I was just like, oh, it's a banana. Oh, gosh. Yeah, those are not bad prices at all. That's great. I like that. Let's see, that keychain is $26-ish US dollars. Pretty cool. I mean, everybody's got to get the keychain, right? Over the banana keychain. According to the cast of Revamp, Mark is the most talkative.
หลังเนี่ยมีคือคุณพูดเก่งขึ้นอันนี้ต้องยอมรับหรอครับทำไมถึงพูดเก่งขึ้นคือคุณจูเนียร์นี่เขาเทรนเหรอฮะผมติดเขามาเยอะเมื่อวานเห็นพี่ไลฟ์รีแวมใช่ไหมใช่เมื่อวานใช่ไหมเมื่อวานแล้วเขาบอกว่ามาร์คเนี่ยเป็นคนที่แบบว่าคุยเก่งสุดในกองเลยแล้วแบบมาร์คที่พี่รู้จักเนี่ยปกติจะเงียบเลยเดี๋ยวนี้ทำไมพูดเก่งล่ะผมเห็นในกอง
What if they're constantly touching Jomo?
ในกองอ่ะบทมันค่อนข้างซีเรียส
Dusting him off.
ผมอยากเอนเตอร์เทนเพื่อนให้ในกองบรรยากาศสนุกจะได้ไม่เครียดกันจนเกินไปครับผมแล้วก็มีเขาแซวมาว่าเดี๋ยวนี้มาร์คอ่ะเตาะจูเก่งด้วย
Oh.
จริงเลยอ่ะคุณว่าคุณชอบเตาะเขาไม่จริงผมเตาะไม่เก่งแต่ว่าผมมาชอบเตาะเขาทีเผลอ
Oh, accidental.
เตาะยังไงตอนนี้ยังคิดไม่ออกเดี๋ยวคิดไม่ออกเป็นหมดช่วงที่เป็นหมดคิดไม่ออกหาจังหวะเตาะ
Battery's dead. That's so funny. Just cry after I order. It's the shipping that will get to you? Oh my gosh. The shipping's bad. Oh, that's smart. That's smart. Yeah. Polka-san is the mascot of Tainu, the main couple for Cherry Magic. Junior had a chat with San about looking out for Jummo and has been shipping them ever since. When he mentions Polka-san's 4-4? I have no idea how's that. Tie for dad. Oh. Gotcha.
เป็นเพื่อนสนิทของพ่อนะขามาจูอย่าลืมนะอย่าลืมลูกอานะใช่ครับจะเมื่อเป็นพระอาทิตย์ตั้งใจดูแลน้องให้นะขายแพ็ค
Wait a minute. The mascots have voices? What? Am I just now realizing this? I thought they were silent. Polka-san, my beloved. Honestly, it's adorable. Definitely adorable. The shipping to Sweden's around $50. Oh my. Oh my. Some do. That's awesome. That is really cool. I did not know that. Junior with Tomafax and Polka-san. I like that because they can talk back. They can talk back to you. Polka-san, Kingman, and Babai have voices so far. Interesting. I wonder if they're all going to get voices. So they clearly have a favorite. Asking Jummo about Tomafax, Damai, and Yaisan, a nickname of Polka-san. Shaking so hard, he almost fell over. Let's watch that again. Oh. Dang.
Me? Obsessed with you?
Little fighter. Such an ungrateful child. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Truly amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it. All the pairs encouraging their mascots to fight. Yes, it seems like it, honestly. They're just, training them up, getting them ready. That was a heck of a punch combo Jumbo was doing. That's unbelievable. I wonder what... Well, I mean, it's good. It's good for attention. Certainly. Get the mascots to fight each other. It's like I almost want to see a Royal Rumble with all the mascots, Just completely going after each other. Still working on the mascot vid for you? They keep adding new ones? Wow. I'm assuming they're going to have like big mascot events where it's just like a ton of them. It's basically going to be like a Comic-Con of mascots. Unbelievable. Glad we got to see. There we go. Got to see JuniorMark. Very interesting. Very different personalities for sure. But you know what they say, opposites attract and all that stuff. And looks like Mark is slowly coming out of his shell a little bit. And probably the more he hangs around Junior, the more he's going to get comfortable with it and whatnot. Oh, Boom just got a new one. They had 11 at LOL Fan Fest. Oh my gosh. And if we show any of it, this video will get blocked immediately. JD got updated too. Nice. Yeah, I remember the one, was that JD that got the arms? The leaves? Pokesan got a brand deal. What? Has many brand deals. Oh my gosh. Well, it is pretty adorable. I will say that. There's a Character Fest Thailand, and the majority of GMM TV mascots are going to be there. Nice. Pandora. Wow, fancy. Fancy. You just start seeing Pokesan come out with like a charm necklace with all the charms on it. Just blinged out. I want to see if like an ultra luxury brand is like Ferrari brought to you by Pokesan, or Rolex. You just see a Rolex, like a massive fake Rolex on a mascot. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's move on to the final video of the week before we kick off your weekend and you have as much fun as humanly possible in 48 hours, basically. I wish we got more time, Can we get 3-day weekends, please? Can we expand the weekends and kind of shrink the work week? That would just be, that would be lovely. I would just really enjoy that. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get it, but we'll do with what we got, I guess. This is a helpful guide to Katseye 2024. So this is from 7 months ago, and it should be going over pretty much everybody, I'm assuming. It's about 42 minutes long, so it is quite long. So we're going to split it into 2 videos, basically. We're going to do first half, look at some information on Katseye, some recent news, all that good stuff. And then we're going to continue on. And then afterwards, we'll do a little bit more news. And then we will say goodbye. All right? So that's the plan of action. Let's do it. Helpful guide to Katseye. Now I just have to move it back over. I don't think this is going to be... I have no idea what function this is going to be. It's so hard to see the chat with the white background. If you notice, there is a brand new ticker down there. That took me entirely way too long to code with the help of AI. But yeah, that way I don't have to repeat myself constantly, which is super nice. You have 8 links, I believe, so it divides nicely. Indeed. It is fancy, isn't it? Oh, it's lovely. And it'll disappear when it's done. It's just great. It's just great. I pat myself on the back. Although, you know, without AI, there's no way I would have done it. Let's be honest. But, yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm excited to hear a little bit more about Katseye, the members, you know, where they're from, you know, what they did before, how they, I don't know, got to where they got, basically. So let's go ahead and jump in. We'll stop it at about 20 minutes, I guess.
Hi, we're Katseye.
What does Katseye stand for? Our group name, Katseye, is actually inspired by the gemstone Cat's Eye. Depending on the viewer's perspective, you can see a different color of the gemstone. We're all very different girls with our own charms, personalities, where we come from, what we represent. That is Sophia.
So we were trained in a K-pop way, but we are not a K-pop group, we're a global girl group.
Obviously, they have more that's been released. Honestly, when I'm thinking about this, it makes so much sense for all pop groups to kind of go through this. Gnarly Song is such an earworm. It is. I've heard it pop up a couple of times just in Amazon Music, my playlist. It'll just randomly play a song, and I'll hear it pop up, and I'm like, I've heard that before. I know who they are, kind of. Honestly, I think most groups, if you're a group that sings pop, you should probably emulate the K-pop groups, how they, you know, live close to one another, how they get along, how they market themselves, fan interaction. Like, this needs to be more of like a actual thing for, you know, certainly US groups and other groups around the world. Like, it just makes sense. It makes sense. Why wouldn't you have more fan interaction? Like, I get social media is certainly a connection point. Like, you know, you can get to know people over lives and posts and all that stuff, but the amount of fan interactions that K-pop goes through is just unmatched. Unmatched.
Hi, my name is Manoa Banderman. I was born and raised in Switzerland.
22 years old.
My dad is Ghanaian. My mom is Swiss and Italian.
Swiss, Italian, Ghanaian.
Je parle français un petit peu. I speak a little bit of French. I also speak Swiss German. That's my first language. I speak German. Ich spreche Deutsch. And then obviously English.
It's impressive.
So my charm is the stellar tiara. It signifies light of hope. It stands for royalty, beauty, and elegance.
I found Manon on social media.
I got a DM. She was like, we really think you would be a great fit.
Interesting. I gotta turn the air conditioning on. It's getting hot. I am suffering right now.
When I first saw her,
Oh my
I
gosh.
instantly knew this girl's already a star.
A simple beauty filter for everyday videos.
Even before debuting, was already a semi-known because of that face guard, aka pretty. She had pictures of herself up on her Instagram blow up and a filter based on a face based by on face used by millions of users, I'm assuming, counting celebrities as well. Wow. Don't know where you are, but Kate said it's 95.
A little before before. I was in a bunch
Degrees
of music
Fahrenheit. It
videos,
is.
and I post pictures of me on Instagram, and some of them blew up.
Yeah.
I actually think Manon
Yeah, it's about
has
96.
a lot of natural ability, just her expression.
Feels like 100 degrees Fahrenheit.
Anyone could notice that
Woo, triple digits.
definitely star quality.
I only was communicating through like text, video calls, and when I saw her in person, it was like an angel walked out of the elevator. There was something about her.
Oh, the light, the white light, the angelic chord.
About her aura that was so calming yet so vibrant at the same time. And that isn't something that you could put science or math behind it. It's just a feeling that you get.
This is where I like write poems and lyrics.
I love how certain songs make me feel and how understood I can feel by a body of work from someone else. I mean, I like to write songs because it makes me feel good, but I hope that maybe one day I get to make other people feel good too with that.
I don't care who you are, the 9 to 5 grind over years wears on you big time. Absolutely wears on you.
Okay.
Deep, raspy, lower register.
You have a really cool character to your voice, and you have some natural, really nice textures that we're gonna exploit the hell out of.
Kinda miss being young, dumb and naive, 'cause now I realize growing up and what it seems, so now I just live for today. And if I make a couple mistakes,
I've been training for 3 weeks.
She sounds
Feels like
great.
3 months. Like, it feels like a long time. Sometimes I forget that I'm not a professional. Like, I can't have these high expectations yet.
The big thing that I'm noticing is when you practice in front of a mirror, like a lot of dancers do, you're seeing in yourself what other people are seeing. And the big thing is smiling, looking like you're having a good time, and you're not remembering dance moves. That's the biggest thing.
pushing on my buttons with no hesitation. Gas me up, give me motivation. So tell me where we come, pick a destination. Gas me up, give me motivation. Now pushing on my buttons with no hesitation. Gas me up, give me motivation.
What did you like in school, Mano? Everything? Graduating.
Mana, during rehearsal, has these like crazy like bursts of energy literally out of nowhere. Like she'll do a cartwheel.
They're gonna think I'm crazy.
No, you are crazy. Like, you
Manon isn't pregnant, but she always delivers. It's me, Manon, and I stay delivering this.
That was
girl.
Oh.
Matthew. No! My God! Oh my God! They're taking away my aura! No! No! My aura is gone. Shit. Damn. God, Lord. I need a concealer brand. I don't know if I can say it. Hi, if you're watching, I didn't do that.
Oh my God, I just want to kick off this session with some Justin Bieber, you know.
Tell me, where are you now that I need you?
I wish my Japanese was better. Watashi wa sa. Danny, look, it's not working. Do you think someone hacked into my computer? No. To anyone out there who's like struggling or something, just I'm sending you energy. Sending you energy to keep going. It sounds so cheesy, but I want to like have an impact. I think for me it's really important just being like a role model to like girls can look up to. Someone just said, Mano, I'm getting bullied at school. What should I do? Whatever they say about you, you don't listen to that, okay? School can be horrible, especially if you have a lot of like mean people in school. You know, young kids, they don't think. They
don't really know about empathy and stuff like that. Kids can be really, really mean. Don't take that stuff to heart.
That is very true.
Bullies tell you a lot about themselves, because if they come out and they come at you, it's embarrassing for them, because you're like, oh, so you're doing miserable, and that's why you're out here talking about people. Okay. All right, cool. Even if it's like a group of friends, you know, and it's like a couple of people, and you think there has to be something right about the things they say because it's multiple people saying that stuff or multiple people bullying me. No, they're all miserable. Throw them away. Yikes. Ew. They'll peak in high school, and then no one will ever, you know, rise above that.
Hi, kamusta? Ako po ay si Sofia La Forteza.
That is good advice.
Sophia is like Philippines princess.
I can speak Tagalog and English.
How did you folks all find each other?
I'm assuming casting.
Global girl group.
Sophia is the best leader ever. She always takes care of us, makes sure that we're doing okay. I feel like she is our comfort person. Like, you're so non-judgmental always, and I feel like if we need help with anything, like, we can always trust her and go to her, and she's not gonna judge us. Like, she's just gonna help us, always.
I keep, like, bringing your name up every single day, every single rehearsal, thinking that you're still here, so you need to come back right now. I miss you.
Megan's situation concerns me a lot. It can affect the dynamic of everything. It's such a void, just having any member missing. My charm is a dream anchor, which represents stable core. So it's stability and navigation. And I feel like I resonated with this charm because I feel like I'm a support system for those around me that I love.
You mentioned that when you auditioned, you didn't tell your parents.
No, I did not.
How did they respond when they finally found out that not only did you audition, but you also got in?
Well, my mom almost pulled the same thing on my grandparents. She didn't tell her parents that she auditioned, and she was just like, oh, I'm flying to London. Me at the same age pulled the same thing on her. I was like, you literally can't say no.
Herself having a background in performing, she must be so proud to see you, taking after her in her footsteps.
It's really cool to grow up with music and
Definitely a bigger risk of saying, hey, flying to London. Like the parents would just be like, excuse me? No, you're not.
and having the support, because like having your parents as artists as well, they just understand it.
She takes 5 classes. She has ballet, she has jazz, she has musical theater, she has hip hop, she has tap.
Do you enjoy all the dancing, Sophia?
Yes.
Yeah? So you like to, you want to be a dancer like your father and a stage actress and a singer like your mother?
Yeah. Well, I think she did it. I think she did it. It's pretty amazing.
Sophia is an amazing vocalist.
Christ the Lord, the newborn King. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria. Every turn a surprise. New horizons to
Dang. Never heard that song like that? Me either. I've heard Josh Groban sing it, but it was very different. She killed it. These Disney songs.
You're gonna be popular. I'll teach you the proper poise when you talk to boys. Little ways to flirt and flies. Oh, I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair. Everything that really helps you be popular. I'll help you be popular. You'll hang with the right cohorts. You'll be good at sports. You'll
It's so hard to sing musical numbers because you gotta enunciate, and it's almost like you're talk singing in a way. And Ariana Grande just absolutely destroyed that song. Just absolutely made it her own. It was beautiful, beautiful, and it's so weird because it's so crystal clear, but it's also singing very well.
In musical theater, obviously performing in a group, performing like for a camera, music, videos, and on stage is very different than I would say a play or a musical on stage. So what adjustments did you have to make?
Different type of singing.
I think one of the biggest things about me training to become a member of a global pop group is the fact that I came with a very different like placement in my voice. I kind of grew up doing all these musical theater workshops, and
So do we think global pop group is going to be ever shortened to G-pop? Or do we think Germany's going to take that? G-pop? I don't know if that'll ever catch on.
watching my mom a lot and her taking me to all of these shows, but my vocal training was very like,
Globe pop?
like very like theatrical. I remember my vocal teacher was like, it's too like clean. Like, can you like sing to your teeth and add a fry? And I was like, what is that? I was like, what is this world?
Literally what I just said. You got to be able to sing so clearly, and she was just singing like musical stuff. Germany comes under Europop? Ah, okay. G-pop, you've heard it here first. Well, if she's good at musicals and theater, she's very good at remembering stuff, which is something I would probably struggle with. Back when I was doing individual videos for reactions, the amount of times I had to redo the opening script that I would say many times per video, years into it. Like, I struggle with remembering word for word what to say, so it would be very difficult to do this. Obviously, she's quite a pro at it.
Who is the mom of the group?
I think one thing about my people, they're very nurturing, and I think that's like a big part of like who I am.
Are you hungry? Come out, come out. And I went downstairs. She bought seaweed soup and like side dishes. And I was like, and rice. And I was like, oh, Sophia.
If you have social anxiety, it's okay. I will go up to you. Okay, let's think of a signal. If you have that social anxiety, you don't have to say anything. You just look at me. If you do this, or like you'd be like 2 hands up, I will be like, are you an icon? Or I'll just be like, are you? And then if you nod to me,
Was this girl on Tumblr? Was this girl on Tumblr? Signals in public?
I will go up to you.
I'll bake for you every day.
Yay!
I'll bake blondies every day, cookies every day, cake.
Somebody said Yunsha marry me, and I will not allow it because she's a child. She is my child, and you cannot marry her.
I need to watch my mouth. Okay. Your mouth is in check. What should we do? Wait, I forgot.
Oh, overcooked.
Oh, we know this one. We know I think Sophia.
Shoe ices, yep.
Sophia is a yapper.
Roommate. What time is she most active?
24 hours. she doesn't sleep. She never sleeps.
Because she's talking so much. They still don't know. Don't know what? I had a bite. What? You had a bite?
My part is my house. Sometimes it gets too loud. Are you talking about the Katseye house?
Sorry, I'm like her roommate too. She's like,
yeah.
Sophia, so loud.
And did you know that Sophia also means wisdom? Did you know that Sophia means wisdom?
You already said that.
You already said that.
Sophia's that kid at school that's like, wait, teacher, didn't we have homework?
Someone said, "Oh, Laura yapping more than Sophia." Damn. Sophia being a yapper is like why I love her so much.
Hi, my name is Daniela Amanzini.
Honestly, somebody's got to yap or it's going to be very quiet. Like, it just has to be. You gotta have one yapper, one listener.
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and
Two
I've been
yappers
dancing and singing
talking
since
over
4
each
years
other.
Mi gente latino, te quiero mucho. Besito.
Mi papá es de Venezuela y mi mamá es de Cuba, la Habana, Cuba. Y bueno, nací en Atlanta, pero mi primer idioma fue el español. So, my personal charm is a guardian shield, and it signifies bold confidence. The shield is a symbol of strength. It also, I feel like, shows my courage and my loyalty. That's awesome! Oh my god!
Oh, that's cool.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy.
She found out via Zoom.
Both came to America when they were younger, and they're both ballroom dancers. And
Wow. What?
and they raised me to be a dancer.
I started training Dani when she was about 3 years old.
There's got talent. So she's been in show business for a minute.
Ya tú sabes, para toda la gente que movieron la cadera, aquí está otra cosita caliente.
That's impressive. If she wasn't in this, she could be an unbelievable dance teacher, just doing literally everything. Literally everything. Imagine if she had a dance academy and literally throughout the academy, you learned all the different styles. Like 2 weeks for this, 2 weeks for that, 2 weeks for this, 2 weeks for that. It would just be crazy.
I pop my now watch me pop up again. My stuff float now watch me sweep up these M's. Savage, classic, bougie, ratchet.
Daniela snapped. The day she walked in, I was like, yep, that's it.
Like, I think we're good on dance instruction for her. Let's just work on the voice and there you go.
Tú bailas como una descarada. Eso me encanta. Dale descarada.
Yeah.
Como si fuera esta noche la última vez.
Dang, she can sing too. Her parents are like, she's going to be set. Like, we're going to teach her up. She's going to be amazing at whatever direction she wants. Oh my gosh. That's unbelievable.
What's up, Monlong people? It's Danny!
Oh, that's good. My phone is at 4%. I left my charger in the other room. I'm literally going to cry. Okay,
Relatable.
I need to go get that charger.
You like how you fit that ass in them pants. You wanna see me, but you better have them bands.
I'm so what? So powerful.
She called me dumb in Korean.
The-
Oh, I'm so sad.
I cannot believe we're leaving already. Our time here was so short, and I wish I could stay here forever because I love every single one of you. Oh, Danny! This is Mushi. Everybody say hi, Mushi. Mushi, like, I don't know, dude. I was 5 years old when I named him.
Oh.
And I was like, Mushi. The amount of love that we received, we never expected. Like, so many people.
What's up? I'm Lara Raj. I'm Indian and I started performing when I was 4 years old.
I'm a first-generation Indian American. We are so much more than the stereotypes that people think of us. I want Indian girls
time are we at?
watching me to know
Oh.
that anything is possible.
All right, we'll go back to the beginning of Laura. There we go. All right, let's kick into some information. Good eye on the time there. Appreciate it. All right, let's pull up some information here, and then we'll continue on, of course. Katseye snatched their first VMA nomination in this iconic category. VMA is Video Music Award, by the way. Six members of the newly formed Hybe Geffen Records girl group have solidified themselves as an all-singing, all-dancing, well-oiled machine since their debut last year. And after both Lara and Megan came out earlier this year, the Gabriella Hitmakers have full support of the LGBTQ plus community. Also comprised of members Sophia, Manan, Daniela, Yunshe. The stars have also now snatched their fourth ever Major Music Award nomination with their VMA 2025 nomination. ... Falls under the MTV Push Performance of the Year category, being spotlighted in January of this year with their performance of Touch. The group are mentioned for their award alongside acts including Shabuzi. Definitely love some Shabuzi. Arya Starr, Mainskin's Domino David, and Dasha. The nomination means the group are one of over 30 first-time nominees. Wow. Lola Young, Blackpink members Rose, Jennie and Jisoo are as solo performers, respectively. Although the group are deserving of the honor, Katseye are remaining humble in the face of success. Yunshe said in an interview, of course, quote, "Of course, getting that kind of recognition is a huge honor, but what matters even more to us is the reaction from our fans, seeing them do the challenge, sing along, support us in so many ways. These are the moments that remind us why we do what we do." 2025 VMAs will air September 7th in the U.S. on CBS, as well as MTV and a live stream on Paramount Plus. Cool. Wow. That's a big honor. Performance of the year. Katseye captivates Lollapalooza 2025 with record-breaking festival debut. Stunned Lollapalooza with Gabriella and MIA drawing the largest crowd for early daytime set. If you've ever been to a music festival in the afternoon, number one, it's usually warm. It's usually quite warm if it's in the summer. And it seems like there's less people there for some reason. I guess people, well, okay. So if you've never ever been, I've only been to one, so I can only speak on experience from one. But how it looked to me was they would schedule the smaller acts or the less well-known or less recognizable or less like main stage people earlier in the day. And then later at night, they'd have like the bigger names that they could get. You know, the bigger names. Maybe they won more awards. Maybe they sell more records, etc. Quote unquote bigger, right? So I saw Becky Hill at like 2 p.m. or something like that in the afternoon. And it was a great set. And there were just less people there. She had a good crowd of people that were there. But it's a lot of different competition at different stages, of course. So if you can pull a huge number of that people like that are there in the afternoon at a daytime set, that's huge. And I'm sure they did, honestly. They're at Chicago's Grant Park, apparently. High Impact set introduced 2 new tracks and reportedly set the record for the largest audience ever recorded for an early daytime set with an estimated 85,000. Holy crap. That is a lot of people. 85,000 attendees between 2 and 4 p.m., cementing their arrival as a global force in Cape. That is a lot of people. Oh my gosh. The group comprised of Daniela, Laura, Manon, obviously we've gone through this, rose to fame during Netflix's Pop Star Academy, Katseye. Gabrielle, inspired by Dolly Parton's Jolene, was reimagined as a Latin ballad with flamenco choreography and Spanish lyrics. I wonder if we get a shot of the crowd. Dang it. We did not see the crowd. I'm sure that was wild to see. Wild to see. All right. Here's how to buy tickets for Katseye's Beautiful Chaos tour. Apparently, they're going on tour. This marks the Global Girl Group's first ever headlining tour. I wonder what support acts they'll have. Calling all icons after serving up some of the summer's top bangers, thanks to tracks like Gnarly, The Earworm, as we talked about, and Gabriella, Katseye is officially embarking on their first ever headlining tour in the U.S. The Global Girl Group has made waves since they debuted with Touch after forming on Hybe, Geffen, and Netflix's Pop Star Academy. Time to hit the stage. Dang. Oh my, it's all sold out, basically. All right, starting in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Let's see, November. Boston, New York. 2 dates in New York. They just have a new one. Washington, Atlanta, Sugar Land, Texas, Irving, Texas, which is outside of Dallas. Phoenix, San Francisco twice, a new date. Seattle, LA. It would make sense they'd have a lot of LA. And then Mexico City to end it off. Nice. I wonder how much those tickets are. Let's be honest. They're probably kind of expensive. We got some theaters here. The theater at Madison Square Garden. MGM Music Hall at Fenway. That's the theater at the Boston Red Sox baseball team's stadium. Theaters, YouTube theater. Look at that. That'll probably be broadcast via YouTube. Interesting. So they're starting off with theaters. I'm assuming eventually they'll get to stadiums, which is going to be huge. Oh, they got pre-sales that already went through? Yeah, those probably sold out so fast. Some retailers only allow 3 tickets per purchase. Oh my gosh. I feel like I gotta click on this. All right, so we're at an expo in Japan. Selling fast. Okay. Minneapolis, Minnesota. These are probably going to be so overpriced. Let's see if we can find one in New York. Oh gosh, here we go. Manhattan. Actually, let's do the Madison Square Garden. I'm assuming this is going to be crazy. 2 tickets. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The cheapest ticket in the house is $787. And where is that located? Row K. So you're looking at this. That's not bad. I mean, it's not a massive theater. But that is, whoo. Scalping's getting so bad. That's probably why they limit. Yeah, absolutely. I got mine for $80 each. Congrats. Congrats, Katseye. Dang. That's not bad. $80? Wow. You must have absolutely got on there immediately. Oh my gosh. 3 rows in, $5,600 each. Oh my gosh. Is this the Eras tour? What's happening there? That is crazy scalping. I love how they say the 5th row or 6th row or whatever. And it's an amazing deal at $2,000. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the scalping is out of control. Completely out of control. I almost wonder if it's cheaper in maybe like an off city. Let's see. I don't know, Sugarland, Texas? Looking for a smaller city. Definitely not Hollywood. Definitely not Hollywood. I don't know. Let's look at Sugarland. That might be... No. Cheapest one is still, well, $600. Where's this at? What row? Row K again. Oh my gosh. Where's the stage? Oh, it's down here. Well, I mean, that's not a bad seat in the house, honestly. How much are these being scalped for? Not as bad. Not as bad. A couple rows up, row J, $1,000. Woo. $80 is so much better. Congratulations on that. That is amazing. All right, let's get back to it. We'll do one more. Katseye slammed for using adult film audio in viral TikTok song Gnarly. Fans raised concerns over underage member Yoon Chae. Ooh. What was supposed to be just another bold genre-pushing release from Katseye has now spiraled into one of the group's most unsettling controversies yet. Gnarly, obviously you've probably heard it a million times at this point, initially stirred mixed reactions due to its unusual lyric, but within weeks, fans embraced its chaotic charm. Absolutely. using gnarly to describe everything from fried chicken cravings to wild nights in the Hollywood Hills. Now, however, months later, and just days ahead of Katseye's major stage appearance at Lollapalooza, August 3rd, a couple days ago, the song has re-entered public discourse as a far more alarming reason: the use of an adult film audio sample embedded within the track. Okay, but doesn't that lie with the producers? You know, they didn't put that in there. I'm assuming they didn't put that in there. They have producers and all that stuff that, you know, work on it, put in samples and all that stuff. Like, I doubt they're that hands-on with some of the music. Or maybe they are. I guess we'll read on. Gnarly features an impressive production roster. K-pop mastermind Hitman Bang. What a great name. Firestorm was ignited after producer Pink Slip admitted in a recent social media video that he used a sound clip from a adult scene in Gnarly. What shocked fans even more was his cavalier, almost boastful tone when revealing the detail, triggering immediate backlash. I've seen some producer, like behind the scenes stuff. They pull sounds. They pull sounds from pretty much everything. Like, I literally just saw, I can't remember, oh gosh, what's the song called? Better With You or something. I can't remember the name of the song, but that backtrack of that like sound is literally him singing the song sped up, pitched up, and just really sped up to the point where you can't even tell it's like, it just comes across as like a sound like that. And it's him singing, but you would never know because it's just completely, you know, you can't hear any words. And that's where he pulled off that song. And that song has been listened to, streamed over 1 billion times. So they just pull whatever from whatever. So I'm not surprised they pulled a sound clip from an adult scene. Because if we're being brutally honest here, there's probably a lot of content there to pull sounds from. For laying it out there and being brutally honest, there's a lot of sound effects. It's more than my new wheelchair costs. Yeah, those tickets were insane. Given that Katseye features a minor member, Yoon, critics were quick to point out that the sample was unsuitable. The question is this: do you know it's that when you hear it? I don't think I remember hearing it. How a sample like this got past several producers' legal teams, that's true, and label officials was a common query. The fact that there is a clean edit version of the song, which many people think proves the explicit sample wasn't included carelessly, but rather on purpose, heightens suspicion. Considering there's a whole minor in the group, yeah, this is mad weird. Why Pink Slip? Why the moans in Gnarly? What were you even thinking? You know dang well Yoon is not even 18 and added a sound from an adult film. That's, well, I mean, yeah, that's probably not the best idea, honestly. Probably not the best idea. I think we can all agree on that. Good grief. He probably wasn't even thinking about that. He's like, how do I make a good sounding song? And just whatever he can find to put into it. But yeah, that's unfortunate. It's rather unfortunate. Let's go ahead and jump back into the video. We are starting with Lara. That's where we left off. Trying to be edgy, probably. Yeah, probably. Let's see if we can hear it. You know what? Let's try that. Why not? It's publicly available, right? Let's see if we can hear it. Is it really obvious? That's the question I have. Is it in the official music video?
I could describe everything with one single word. You know? Like Bugatti, Tesla, fried chicken, party in the Hollywood Hills. This song.
Oh.
Oh my god, the new beat.
How did I miss that the first time? It was literally not edited at all, honestly. Like, he must have just clipped and added. That's so funny. It's just immediate. That's 16 seconds in, by the way. 16 seconds in. Aye. All right, well, there you go.
I'm Lara Raj. I'm Indian, and I started performing when I was 4 years old. I'm a first generation.
We weren't
Indian
expecting to hear it before?
American.
True.
We are so much more
True.
than the stereotypes that people think of us. I want Indian girls watching me to know that anything is possible. Be whatever you want to be.
Vanakkam, yan pe Lara.
So my charm is the limitless key. It's all about being super open-minded.
Oh.
I think that I'm very open-minded and
There we go.
trying to like expand my mind and open new doors for myself and for the group.
My bad.
The girls are improving, but we need a vocalist that will sell out stadiums, and we still don't have that. More girls will be coming. Anybody could be that final member that we need.
I mean, that's got to feel good, hearing that.
But I know it's a lie. When I work so hard to keep you satisfied.
Dang.
How could you do this to me?
With the amount of runs she just went on, you could literally call her a marathoner. That was insane.
I remember the first time I ever heard Lara sing, and I was like, girl, you're amazing competition.
To love, to hold, to feel, to breathe, to love you dangerously in love. I wish
Wow.
you were right, that I want you when you're not mine. And just when I think I know how to live without you, I forget why I tried. You were right, that I messed up, baby, big time. And just when I think I know how to live without you, I forget why I tried.
I think probably the craziest thing is she's 19. Her voice will change. And it's only going to change for the better, which is wild to think about.
Very hot, bad girl there, then I whine it, pull it up. Money pull up, money pull up. Shot around the place and guess who I bring it up. Money pull up, money pull up. Bad girl there, then I whine it, pull it up. Nobody can tease.
Shout out Demi Lovato.
It is 1 in the morning on a school night, but let's keep working on this house beat. I heard Touch
watched for the first time, I immediately heard Jersey Club. I was like, somebody needs to make this remix. And then I was like, you know what? Why don't I just make the remix?
It's awesome.
Friday, it's Friday. Good morning, Jimmy. Welcome to Friday.
Everybody tells me I look like the dragon from Shrek, and I see him. She's kind of hot.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit this. I guess I could take one too. I don't think I could take much more. It ain't right if I think what's true. I looked in the mirror and saw your ways. So probably would hate me too. I got pedal to metal, this cock up fast. She like when I make that.
Now I'm having the idea that I should read the Wattpad stories. I'm looking up Katseye Wattpad.
Oh no. Don't do it. Don't do
There's
it.
so many. My mom sold me to Katseye, an enemies to lover story between Sophia and Mana. Oh my god, there are too many. I don't know which one to do.
I feel like an athlete.
Abort.
I feel like a jock.
Abort. Get out of there. Run.
I need flirting advice. If I were to ever have hypothetically done that, even though I don't do that, if that was a hypothetical situation that I was ever really in, I wouldn't say that I'm really good at that either. If I were to hypothetically know. Play sweater weather. Guys. You see me. I see you.
Bitch, I said you bad.
One point.
Drewski.
Okay, second. Next question. What was Sophia's audition song?
Are you on alt TikTok or straight TikTok?
Oh my god. Laura, Raj.
Here's my advice. Embrace your uniqueness and stay true to who you are, and that will always, always be good enough.
Okay, someone said they got outed at school. So annoying. And people stopped being friends with them. What do? Girl,
They weren't friends to begin with.
damn near
There you go.
2025. And people are dropping you for being a little fruity. That's crazy. That's actually insane. You don't need those friends. You don't need those people. That's like embarrassing.
Hey, what's up? I'm Megan Spinbell, and I started dancing when I was 4 years old.
Dang.
I'm Chinese American from Honolulu, Hawaii.
I obviously know English, but since I am Cantonese, my mom is like really teaching me Cantonese. I kind of know a little bit of French.
My charm is dual cherry, and it represents pleasant energy. Cherries are both sweet and tart. On stage, I'm a confident performer, and when I'm off stage, I uncover a more sillier and goofier side of me.
I feel like you need the silly and goofy in the
It's
in
a
the
total
group.
different level, but she doesn't
Definitely
do
helps
anything else.
keep people loose, you know? Things can get pretty serious when you're performing and, you know, doing kind of the business side of it.
Megan and Danny.
Megan and
Us
Danny.
Megan and
Us,
Danny.
Megan and
She
Danny.
pointed
They
to
were, like,
herself
already professional dancers
and
coming
Danny.
into Dream Academy, so we feared them.
Growing up in Hawaii, the kids were introduced to arts at a very young age.
I took dance when I was 4 years old.
Goatee sitting on a dash, she a rock star. Make your favorite singer wanna rap, baby la la. Lisa, can you teach me Japanese? I said hi, hi. That's my life, baby. I'm a rock star. I'm a rock.
Obviously, you do need different vocal ranges, certainly. Not a lip sync in the bunch. Gotta love that. I love how she's like, all right, I'm done.
I think she's one of the most
It's a weird place to end.
artists I've seen. Every performance, she draws me in. I think she just kills it every single time.
There is this duality to Megan. She's so nerdy. And then when she gets on stage, she's like a tiger.
Hey, nerdy is complimentary in my world. I think we would all agree.
It's definitely not finished. It's definitely not mixed. But it was just fun.
Foreplay, I don't play with your games. I just do it my way. Hey.
Megan, please
Sounded
do
good.
Egg Yolk to touch chorus.
When I'm off stage, I'm super awkward and just like funny and I guess kind of like a little quirky.
What's your favorite book? Girl, I wish I had a favorite book. I can't read. I'm dyslexic. So this is JoJo.
Oh, JoJo.
Yeah. Siwa? No, not Siwa. You know that JoJo?
A real star never lets any other star dim its light.
Wow. Wait, I'm so confused.
Hi, I'm Megan. I'm the ginger. I'm the Chinese ginger.
I think
We
it's
have
Megan.
Megan.
I think it's
Megan.
Megan. But like in a funny, cute
A
way.
cute way. Like a very charming
Yeah, it'll be like so
way.
adorable.
Stop the violence.
World peace.
High five. No. MC.
Nope.
Can I please get on this point? I'm dyslexic. Like I got it confused. I know.
What's in my pocket? I'm hunting, looking for a come up.
Like, I moved to LA when I was like 10, and like I've been dancing, I've been singing, I've been acting. The amount of rejection I've got, especially as like a young girl, so hard. And I feel like it really like put me in like this dark place for a while, to a point where
We definitely talked about that earlier. Getting into show business early, the rejection, having to audition, putting yourself out there, being judged literally by a panel of people. Maybe it's one person, maybe it's three people, whatever. That ages you. It is a lot for a young person to kind of go through. So to purposely put yourself in that situation, it's got to age you a couple of years. That matures you very fast. Like, people hate getting judged at school for their clothes and how they talk and walk and all that stuff. It just feels like we're constantly getting judged while we're at school. Imagine doing that on a professional level from that age and choosing to do it. Like, that is, it's brutal.
where I was like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I shouldn't do this because I didn't know if I had it in me. But then I was like, no, I can't quit.
Always been my dream to just be an entertainer. I would come out to LA every weekend, so I would have dance class on Friday, go straight to the airport, and then fly back Sunday night, and then go to school on Monday. But I kind of always knew that I wanted something more, so I moved to LA when I was like 10 years old to become something in the entertainment industry.
Being in the industry for that long, Megan knew like this is it. She set her goal and she's gonna go to the end.
안녕하세요. 저는 정윤채입니다.
I'm the youngest member of Katseye, but don't underestimate me.
I won't be fooled easily.
Our fans think I'm the youngest and soft, but I also can bring strong sides.
한국에서 왔습니다. 여기로 오게 될 때 가족들이랑 떨어져 지내야 된다는 생각에 많이 두렵고 힘들었던 것 같지만 꿈을 이루기 위한 과정이라고 생각을 하기 때문에
She's extremely lucky to have older people around her and like seemingly good people to kind of like help guide her through this, because that would be, I don't know about you, but it'd probably be pretty challenging to be in that space and be young.
My charm is soothing shell, gentle comfort. Whenever my members feel uneasy, I bring tranquility and serenity to calm their hurts.
이 회사에 들어오기 전에 연습생 생활을 2년 했고
For me, I've never thought about
Since she was 12?
I'll debut in America. Yeah. Because my dream was being a K-pop idol. At first, I was worried about like debut in here because I didn't have experience in here and I was scared. But after debut, this is so amazing. I would choose this way again, even if I had both options.
Interesting. Obviously, you had to realize, like, if you're trying to model yourself after, you know, K-pop groups or whatever, you got to bring in somebody who was in the running for a K-pop group. You just have to give it legitimacy and all that stuff. And technically, she did make it. She's not a part of a K-pop group. She's part of a global girl group, but she made the group. Like, that's impressive.
But I definitely want to give a shout out to Yoon Chae because I feel like has just been growing her confidence, performance after performance.
That is Newport Beach, if I'm not mistaken. The amusement park behind her. Oh no, Venice Beach. Venice Beach. That might be it.
내가 애쓰는 넌 나의 앱이 돼줘 어떤 순간에도 너를 찾을 수 있게
Thanks for the follow, Amber. Appreciate it.
우리는 알지도 몰라 Just do it
There's 100 reasons why I show up late and then I don't talk. But I'm tired of focusing on all the things I don't got. I can change the world, it might not be forever, but it's forever. 내 시간을 버리기엔 난 너무 즐거워. 하룻밤을 낭비하기엔 난 너무 어려. 그러니까 충고하나게. A house. Sometimes it gets too loud.
Are you serious? All through Comic-Con, the actor who plays Vampire Lestat was talking about watching the Katseye Netflix documentary. That's so funny. That's so funny.
So I wait till my cars pull up in their dads and 3. Careful that we don't lose those kids. I know miss being young, dumb and naive. Cause now I realize growing up I wanna seem so. Now I just live for today. And if I make a couple mistakes.
And just like Lara, her voice will change. She's only 17. So in a couple years, she might sound a little different, but chances are she's going to sound way better as well, which is wild to think about.
Yoon-chae, you're the youngest of the group.
Yes.
Do you get special treatment?
Yeah.
Does she?
We answered for her. Yes, she does.
Oh, wow.
I have.
Yeah. She's all like, what do you mean? I don't think so.
It's so special she doesn't even notice.
Give some examples.
they're always trying to take care of me.
Yeah, we're always like,
Yeah.
oh,
I see you fixing your hair, Sophie.
Come here. You want to say hi? No, I can't go right now. You want to show your hand? Okay, let me. Here, I'll cover the screen.
Hand.
You better stop.
You are a rock star in my eyes. You are the queen.
Hey, this is Yoonchae. We're having a really good day, but Laura's being really annoying. Honestly, I just hate Laura. She's the worst.
No, I love Laura.
But I...
Favorite English word? Icons.
Well, there you go. Good answer.
Who's most likely to just react to a message in the group chat?
Sometimes I physically see her like react. Like I'll send a message in our group chat and she's like right next to me. Sometimes she'll be like, "Eh." And she never responds.
In tteokbokki, do you like rice cake more?
I've definitely done that before.
Fish cake more.
You just forget to reply.
Rice cake, fish cake, fish cake, fish cake, fish cake. Oh, fish cake. I hate fish cake. I hate rice cake.
My phone is dying. Charge it? No, I don't want to.
And this year, we're going to start with our baby. You're the
Or
first
reply,
Santa
forget to hit send. Yeah, that's a classic. Absolute classic.
Okay, Mana is talking.
Go ahead. Sorry.
2 divided by... What is divided by? I don't know in English.
Probably my biggest issue is like leaving. So in messages or iMessage, I guess, you can like react to a text, you know, thumbs up, haha, whatever. And then I totally forget to reply to it after that. Like, because it wipes the notification. It's just like, whoops.
Yoonchae. Stop. Sorry. I'm so sorry. It wasn't me, I swear.
Can I have some? No.
Hey icons, my best friends, my
That's such a
loves,
brilliant
my babies,
name.
my everything.
We wouldn't be here without any of you guys, and I'm so excited to finally be calling you my icons.
Thank you so much for being our supporter and for
That's
being an
so
icon.
smart. All right. Beautiful. 42 minutes. We got introduced to everybody in Katseye. That came out 7 months ago, so maybe it's been updated. Who knows? Some of the information. More information has been released, known about, all that good stuff. Let me go ahead and throw that some love. Link down below in the YouTube video description when this gets posted to YouTube for the original video, and also those of you watching in the chat on Twitch. I will post that here for you right now. There it is. All right. Let's pull up some more information on Katseye, and then we'll call it a day, or night, or morning, whatever time it is where you're watching this, when you're watching this. Let's go ahead and pull that up. I gotta say, they got good music so far. 1 a.m. Dang. That's early in the morning or late at night, since it is Friday night. I think we're all pretty much the same, right? We all stay up later on the weekends. It's just kind of a thing we do. It's because we want to enjoy time. You know, we got school during the week, or, you know, we got work during the week. It's like, can I just squeeze as much time awake out of the weekend as possible? And then when Monday comes around, you're like, oof, shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. Katseye, embracing the beautiful chaos. Whatever comes next, I know it'll be powerful. This was published just a couple of weeks ago, In just over a year, Katseye has gone from reality TV hopefuls to global pop it girls. Formed through Hybe and Geffen Records' 2023 competition, Dream Academy, 6-member group, debuted in June 2024 with Debut. I mean, that is very poignant. Quickly followed with their breakout single, Touch. Their 2025 run has seen them raise the stakes with Gnarly and telenovela-inspired Gabriella, and their latest single, Game Boy, all building towards a Beautiful Chaos EP. But for those who go deeper into their discography, tracks like Mean Girls and MIA have revealed the group's ability to push beyond glossy hooks, offering B-sides with sharp lyrics, addictive rhythms, and distinctive sense of personality. I think I've heard a bit of MIA. Seems pretty catchy. Beyond the music, their appeal is also thanks to their unique makeup. The girls are truly multicultural collective spanning North and Latin America, Europe, Africa, and Asia. That diversity combined with the sharp online presence has made Katseye one of the most visible and talked about new acts of their generation, stats which earned them high-profile collabs with brands such as Glossier, Fendi, Monster High, Pandora, Urban Outfitters, and Lush. And artists like Jessica Alba, Ice Spice, oh boy, and TXT's Yoonjun with Beautiful Chaos World Tour on the horizon. We chatted to the group. All right, let's get into it. You've described Beautiful Chaos as comforting despite the mess, and that contrast feels so relatable to the world right now. Why do you think that is? Lara said, there's a lot of chaos happening in the world, and there is a constant theme of people trying to hide their messiness and complications. We want to encourage people to embrace it. You've called this era bolder, sonically, visually, emotionally. What's something you tried on this project that would have scared you last year? Lara said, I don't think we would have been scared to try these things. I think this vibe is one that's always been deeply authentic to us. We've always wanted to explore it. I think the overall sound and delivery of each line and production were very exciting to us. A lot of thought clearly went into the visuals of this era. What references or moods inspired the imagery for Beautiful Chaos? Manon said, for me personally, I got a lot of inspiration from former girl groups like the Pussycat Dolls, which we saw quite a few social media posts using their songs, certainly. I mean, it's very relatable, certainly, to them. What was your honest reaction when you first heard the demo for Gnarly? And certainly the Spice Girls, I would assume, was a big inspiration. If we want to talk about massive girl groups. Did it flip your expectations for the EP? Sophia, I generally wanted it to be ours right away because I knew that it was something Katseye could own. It automatically gave me a vision of authenticity and chaos as our direction. Is there a lyric from this project that hits differently now that it's out in the world? Manon said, yes, there is one in Mean Girls that goes, yes, yes, this is why I hate the internet. Yes, but you're not going to kill my happiness. I feel as though I relate to this lyric a lot lately. Well, you know, it is part of the internet, right? It has its pluses, it has its minuses, pros and cons, all that good stuff. Certainly with AI starting to get everywhere. Like, I literally used it for that little ticker you've seen tonight, or this morning, I guess. Whatever time. It's helpful, but it is also dumb sometimes. Gets some questions wrong. It's in its early stages. I'm assuming it's going to get better and better and better, and more taking over of the world. And obviously there's there's a lot to go in there. That's a big bag of stuff to go over. I'll let it go. Gabrielle introduces your first Spanish verse and leans into telenovela drama. What drew you to the sound and story? What did it unlock for you creatively? Daniela said, Gabriella was more than just a music video. It was deeply emotional. Coming from a long line of musicians and dancers, I grew up surrounded by the Spanish language, music, movement. Performing my first Spanish verse felt like honoring my roots and expressing who I truly am. More than anything, it became a bridge to my heritage and the Spanish-speaking audience. My way of saying, this is where I come from, and I see you. That's awesome. Are they going to do songs in each of like their backgrounds? That'd be kind of interesting. That way they'd truly be global. Has your cultural background ever shaped how you hear or interpret music, even subconsciously? Yoon said, definitely. Growing up in Korea, I'm used to hearing all parts of a song come together. That feeling of unity shapes how I listen to and understand music. And certainly 2 of them are producing music, which certainly helps. Pro of the internet is it connects us to everyone. Cons of the internet, it connects us with everyone. Yes, that is true, Jace. That is very true. It's connecting me with you all right now, literally right now. But also there's some people out there that, we don't associate with those people. But we're fine. We're fine, right? Right? Please, right? Are there sounds, instruments, or storytelling styles from your heritage that you're excited to explore in future projects? Lara said so much. Indian and South Asian music has so much to offer and notoriously been used in samples and all other genres of music. So many interesting melodies, instrument scales, overall vibes. Can't wait for us to do it in that way that's authentic to us. I also have a big dream of singing in Tamil and Hindi, my languages, in one of our songs. I mean, certainly Bollywood comes to mind. Huge. That would be pretty cool to tap into. What's a super specific comfort thing from your culture? Food, music, saying that always makes you feel like yourself. Yoon Shea said kimchi is the biggest comfort. Having grown up in Korea, I ate a lot of kimchi made by my mom. Whenever I miss Korea, a warm bowl makes me feel like I'm right there. Quickly brings me my comfort. If you could bring one tradition, phrase, or family ritual from home into your next music video, what would it be? Sophia said, Katseye's love for food and my Filipino heritage. I would love a scene where we have a boodle fight. A boodle fight is something I grew up enjoying with family and friends. It's basically a banana leaf spread across a table with piles of food on top. You eat with your hands and share the food. Interesting. I love how it's described as a fight. Like you're fighting for the food because it's a free-for-all. I really like that. That's fantastic. Has a fan ever said something that made you pause and reflect on your own work or impact? Yes, a fan once told me that seeing someone with curly hair, this is from Daniela, and proudly representing Latino culture made them feel seen and proud of who they are. It really made me pause and reflect on just how being myself can help others embrace their identity too. Being public figures at a young age comes with a lot of noise. How do you feel about constantly being perceived? Daniela said, being seen and talked about constantly can be overwhelming, especially when you're young. I remind myself that it comes from interest in the message and the music. I focus on the love, support, and genuine connections. That's what keeps me going and growing. Yes, I would totally agree with that. You have got, if you're super famous, young, the ones that have the best people around them do the best. Grounded, support, love, not trying to use them for their connections, not trying to use them for their money, all that stuff. It's so hard too, because you never know, right? Some people win the lottery or win some sort of sweepstakes, and it just immediately turns people against them. Or they start, hey, let's hang out. Let's, oh, you just put in a pool. Let me come hang out. Like it just turns ugly sometimes with certain people. Maybe you've seen this with family members passing, and other family members get real aggressive with any sort of money or furniture or possessions that they want or anything like that. Like the passing of people, winning money, like coming into a bunch of money, being famous, getting famous, all of those situations can bring out the ugliness of a lot of people. It is unbelievable. I have seen the first one in real life. Had a family member pass, and then you wouldn't believe the amount of vitriol that was exposed from some family members. Like, just crazy. Like, did you even love the person that passed, or were you just waiting for them to die to collect? Like, it was just brutal stuff. And I assume that happens quite a lot. It's amazing how fame and money and just whatever can really bring out the ugly. It's crazy. So having a good connections, exactly what Daniela said, good connections, love, support can go a long way. What's something each of you has been obsessed with lately? A random hobby, niche interest? Ooh, this is an interesting question. Daniela said, lately I've been binge watching my favorite shows, redecorating my room, which is a fun activity. If you haven't done it, definitely do it. Perfect balance, relaxing while also making my space feel more like me. It's become a little ritual that helps me unwind and recharge. Honestly, as simple as just moving your bed to a different location in your bedroom can totally change how like you're going. It's so weird, but it's like a little thing that can give you like new appreciation for your space and all that stuff. So I highly recommend redecorating, even just a little. Each bring a different kind of energy to the group. What does your chaos look like? Megan says, our chaos shows up in different ways. Some of us are loud and playful. Others are more emotional or intense, but the mix is what makes us work. One person might bring the fire, while another brings the calm. We balance each other out. It's not always smooth, but the messiness is real and honest. That's awesome. In a group with so many perspectives, how do you make sure every voice gets heard? Megan says, it definitely takes intention. We've learned to really listen to each other, even when we don't fully agree. That's so difficult. That's so difficult. That's why a lot of groups, like older rock groups, broke up. Ego, all that stuff. Like everything deteriorates and it just gets ugly. So it's amazing how the ones that stay together, you can tell they genuinely enjoy spending time together. Genuinely. And they care about the other person or other people. What does showing up for each other look like in real life when the cameras are off? Sophia said, simply being a friend to each other has honestly been the best way we've taken care of our relationships with each other and shown up for one another. Constantly validate each other's feelings, hear each other out, hype each other up. More things a true relationship would have. If you could trade roles with any member for one live show, who would you pick and why? Manon said, honestly, any of them. That'd be so cool to experience the show through one of the other members' eyes. What's one memory from making this EP that you'll carry with you? Yunche said, one day practice wasn't going well. We were all drained, so we turned off the music and just sat there talking. In that quiet moment, we were really connected. I hope we can always remember that feeling and keep lifting each other up when things get hard. Non-musical influence? Megan said, definitely. We pull inspiration from all kinds of places. Pinterest boards. Classic. Pinterest is one of those things where it's one of those things where it's flies below the radar. Like lots of people have Pinterest, but it's almost never talked about from anywhere that I see. Like it is what it is kind of thing. It's just one of those things that just never quite gets talked about much, but I know it's there. I know it's there. If this was the beginning and Beautiful Chaos is a transformation, what do you hope the next chapter will feel like for Katseye? I hope the next chapter feels like full flight, bold, unexpected, and true to who we are. Nice. All right, let's move on to this one. This is... Okay, get rid of that. Bye-bye. Katseye teaming up with Monster High and their affinity for starting beauty trends. In Monster High, monsters are embraced for their uniqueness, and that's a big part of our image, said Sophia. Having just released their second EP, Beautiful Chaos, embarking on their first ever world tour this November, as we talked about those ticket prices. Whoa. Well, the scalper prices, I guess. Global girl group Katseye has already conquered the world, and now they're setting their sights on the Monster High universe. Fittingly, the group's names and the group's members, we've already gone through it, resemble living dolls themselves. For icons or fans of the group, Katseye is doing more than just selling out venues and climbing the charts. The six members who represent 4 different countries have always unapologetically celebrated their identities. Oh, they assisted in the creation of their own one-of-a-kind dolls. Interesting. Only a year after the group's debut, already established as an easily recognizable yet ever-changing visual identity. All right, let's get to these. Let's see them. Let's see them. No matter what visual era Katseye is in, the members' individual characteristics will always fundamentally shape who they are as a group. What's it like working with Monster High? Were you a fan of the dolls as kids? Daniela said, when we were kids, we would play with Monster High, so it's an amazing opportunity to finally be able to team up with them. Sophia said, my favorite part about working with Monster High is how each monster is kind of, when you grow up thinking about monsters, you're scared of them. It's like they're almost like minorities in a way, but in Monster High, they're embraced for their uniqueness. And I think it's a big part of our image at Katseye. Oh, there they are. Kind of remind me of Bratz dolls in a way. It's like a mix between Barbie and Bratz dolls. Pretty cool. They all definitely have their own style. That's for sure. Can you tell us about your alter egos? Sophia, mine is a vampire or a mananigal, which is a creature from lores in the Philippines. Kind of like a vampire. She flies and her body can separate. She uses her voice to entrance people. Ooh. Powers come alive at night. Very cool. Very, very neat. Manon said, mine is a sea monster. I really wanted to make sure that my doll has all of my key features. So you'll see my moles on there. You'll see my waist beads on there and my braids that I usually have. I love her. Oh, that's nice. Very cool. Megan, my doll is a Chinese fox spirit. It's inspired by just having fun, being mysterious at the same time. Similar to Manon's, I wanted to incorporate the things I wear every single day, like my jade bracelet. I think my tattoo's on there as well. Wow. Very cool. Lara, my doll is modern day Rakshasa. I think so, which is basically like the devil or villain in Indian mythology. Also has my key elements like my nose ring, my bindi. She has really beautiful long black hair, which I love. She has the power to shapeshift into any form she wants, which is cool. Daniela, for my doll, I'm a werewolf, a fierce werewolf. I feel like that really inspired. This was my hair. I had to embrace, of course, my natural curls, and I feel like that kind of giving a werewolfy vibe. Big, long, thick, curly hair. Gold hoop earrings, because I always wear them. Yunshe, mine is a white tiger monster, which is a Jang San Bum, a Korean monster. Small mole on my face, and there's a charm on her arm. She looks just like me. Oh, here they are checking them out. Oh, they're kind of constructing them too. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, look at all the different wigs just kind of placed here. That's funny. What did the process of conceptualizing the dolls look like? Manon said the whole process was supernatural and easy. We didn't even have to take many notes. Team came back to us with amazing dolls. It was like, you guys killed it. Sophia, we gave them so many details about specific features that we wanted to be shown in the dolls. I showed photos. I was like, I want this mole here. I want my black silky hair. And I feel like they took all those details and really put them into the dolls. That's funny. Nails play a huge role in your music videos and identity as a group. How did this come to be? Laura, I've been getting long acrylic and gel X since I was 12 or 13. I feel so bare and uncomfortable when I don't have nails on. I'll have to express the song, the vibe, or whatever we're doing and how we feel about ourselves through our nails. Such an important and beautiful detail. Entering a new era with beautiful chaos. How is this era different? Fans have definitely seen the kind of beauty looks we're bringing for this EP. We want all of our dark hair this time. It has a lot more edge, a lot more rawness, a lot more grit. I feel like it's the same thing with our different hairstyles for performances. Definitely exploring a lot. It's awesome. Very cool. We're embracing the differences that we bring with just hairstyles and outfits. It also feeds into the beautifully chaotic theme that we have going on. Oh my gosh, they literally dressed like they're Monster High dolls. That's funny. That's really cool. If you're a fan of the group, if you're an icon, you can literally get this picture framed and then have the dolls like right under it. So you literally get to see like the human and the doll like just one for one. That's awesome. Very, very neat. Very, very cool. That's so neat. Katseye coming out, Drag Race, and why trans ally syrup is a no-brainer. Calling the past 12 months a whirlwind might seem like an understatement for Katseye, but something tells me they were prepared for it. Oh yeah, of course. They've had training and PR training and all that stuff, and I'm sure Netflix put them through the ringer, through that through the Pop Star Academy. 120,000 hopefuls. That is so nuts. If you're selected out of 120,000, you got to feel so good about yourself. We want to talk about the ultimate compliment. That's huge. Huge. So cool. Yeah, I heard the Ice Spice remix of Gnarly. Became the first single to enter the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Slew of icons, fans to you and I followed. More than 14 million across social media to be precise. Ask the Spice Girls or Little Mix or Blackpink or Sugar Babes and they'll tell you that any girl band with a chance of longevity needs a clan of loyal queer people behind them. Thankfully, that element came naturally to Katseye earlier this year. Both Lara and Megan came out as part of the community, throw in their adoration of drag and major respect for the transgender community. On new song Mean Girls, the group gave a shout out to the T-Girls and all the in-between girls. And Katseye have solidified themselves as a firm gay favorite. What can fans expect from the tour, international tour this November? What songs are you most looking forward to playing live? Just saw they worked with Ryan Tedder. Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Worked on Shine's music too. Dang. That's impressive. Very impressive. Yunshay, it's so exciting and surreal that Katseye is already starting our first tour. Since this is our very first one, we really want it to be more than just a stage. We want to show the world who Katseye is through a performance full of energy. Song I'm most looking forward to performing is MIA because it has such an upbeat rhythm and it's a track we can truly enjoy together with the icons. We obviously only just released Beautiful Chaos, but are there any plans to work on or release any more new music ahead of the tour? Daniela said, honestly, I don't know yet. We just released Beautiful Chaos, so right now we're just kind of soaking that in, focusing on preparing for the tour. That said, we're always rewriting and exploring new ideas. Yeah, of course. I mean, come on now. They're never not doing something. Even though they're, going to be touring and probably polishing everything and whatnot, for sure they're still working on ideas. How'd it feel to chart? Yunshay said, we're so happy and honestly couldn't believe it when we heard the good news. It was such an amazing feeling to see our song charting in multiple places, and we were just so thankful. Of course, getting that kind of recognition is a huge honor. What matters most is the reaction from our fans, seeing them do the challenge, of course. It's been a roller coaster, and honestly, nothing really prepares you for it. We're taking day by day. This is Daniela, staying grounded, leaning on each other. Tension's surreal. Mean Girls songwriter Justin revealed recently that several artists wanted to cut the reference to trans women from the song, but you kept it in. Did you hesitate at all to keep that lyric in, or was it a no-brainer? Oh, so I guess that's what that happens with music, is that it's shopped to multiple people. Manon said, including all women in the song was a no-brainer for us. There was never any hesitation. We constantly work with people from all kinds of communities, and it's important for us to show love and appreciation in return. Want them to feel seen, heard, and celebrated. There's the Mean Girls thumbnail. Recently hung out with Vivian Wilson and have been styled by Gigi Good, or Goody, I'm not exactly sure. What were those experiences like, and how have trans women influenced your artistry? Manon said, both are super lovely and talented in their own ways. First thing that came to mind while reading this question is how much Nikki Tutorials impacted me. She was the one who truly taught me how to do makeup when I was around 13 or 14 through her videos. She's been a pretty big influence on me, and I always have a soft spot for her because of that. You're also Drag Race fans. Which of your songs would you like to see used as a lip sync song on the show? Sophia, I absolutely adore Drag Race, and I would die to see Gnarly used as a lip sync song. That would be an absolute dream. I would not shut up about it if that dream comes true. Laura and Megan, you have both recently shared that you are part of the community. How have Daniela, Manon, Sophie, Yunshay been allies to you through the coming out process? Laura, they've always been super supportive of me through this journey and have always known and made me feel super safe and comfortable, which is what friends should do. Megan, they've shown so much love and support throughout our journey. We never felt the need to hide or explain ourselves. They just embraced us fully. Their kindness and quiet understanding meant more than words ever could. In terms of coming out, have you had any emotional fan responses or any negative responses? How do you deal with the intensity of the reactions on both sides? Lara, I've definitely had a very intense side of both reactions post coming out, but I will say that the negativity truly does not affect me, but the positivity has deeply affected me, and I think it's affected my understanding on how important it is using my voice and how powerful authenticity is. A lot of people reached out or told me in person that I inspired/helped them to come out and be more confident with their own sexuality, which honestly makes me cry every time I hear that. It means so much. Couldn't be more grateful and proud to help people own their truth and be the most genuine and powerful version of themselves. Megan, we've had some really emotional responses from fans, people who felt seen or inspired to be more open about who they are. Those moments mean everything to us. Honestly, this is just making me think of Dan and Phil. Shout out to Dan and Phil. Of course, they've also been a few negative reactions, but we try to not let that weigh us down. Focus on love. Navigating your schedule and intense rise to the top must come with challenges, absolutely. How do the six of you stay grounded? Sophia, one of my favorite parts about the six of us is our dynamic when it comes to joking around. We have endless inside jokes and all have the same sense of humor. There are so many moments where all of us need to take a second to just laugh things off, even in the middle of rehearsals. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, that would definitely help. Kind of ease the ridiculousness of everything going on around you. I'm sure there's moments, maybe not imposter syndrome, but like moments where you're just kind of in that world and you probably just laugh to yourself and just like, is this a thing? Is this really happening? I'm assuming you would have those kind of like weird out of body moments where you're just like, wow, this is a thing. This is my life. This is what I do. You know, like, yeah, you work your butt off for it. And obviously you've earned it and whatnot, but I bet there's moments where you're just kind of sitting there, maybe at night when you close your eyes and you're just like, wow, this is existence. This is my life. Like 10 years ago, I was just kind of hanging out doing nothing. Gigi's a drag artist, was a finalist in Drag Race. Appreciate the context. Nobody understands Katseye quite like Katseye. That is also true. They have their own experience, right? 6-piece girl group, ready to unpack the beautiful chaos for the whirlwind debut year. As a group, we've experienced a lot of chatter and a lot of hate. So we're learning how to take a step back and not consume it as much. Yeah, I am not surprised there's quite a bit of hate towards them. Like I'm assuming it's quite a bit of, whatever you're into, K-pop, J-pop, whatever. I'm assuming there's a bit of, it's not quite authentic. It's not us. It's not, it's something else kind of thing. I'm assuming that's where the hate's coming from. Beautiful Chaos is not only the title of Katseye's sophomore EP, but perhaps the perfect way to describe the last year in the lives of the girl group. Let's not go over information we already went over. There's been times I just went out and didn't do my makeup, didn't do my hair, and I'm just like, no one's going to recognize me. Completely totally forget that I have pink hair and you're going to see me, she jokingly adds. Those are just things you realize over time and just figure out, yeah, that's funny. Just walk out of the house. Like, no big deal. Nobody cares. And then you forget that you're known. That's funny. Katseye speaks with THR. Nari's been gaining a lot of traction, which is really exciting. Were you expecting that? Do you think people got it immediately? To be honest, I felt like when we heard Gnarly, we couldn't predict if people would love it or hate it. You never know. And you can never predict that. But I think we knew and had a feeling that it would be very widespread and there'd be a lot of eyes and ears on it because it's so jarring and different. Yeah, honestly. First time I heard it via this stream, this channel, I was like, that's different. I don't think I've heard anything quite like it, honestly. And then you hear it a second time and you're like, oh, it's kind of good. Third time, you're like, hey, that's pretty good. Fourth time, you're like, hey, this song's good. It just grows on you over time. Maybe you loved it instantly, which is, cool as well. We each have different ears and different eyes for things. But I will say it definitely grew on me quite a bit. One of our goals is to constantly evolve and show different sides of us, and we never want to stick to one thing. I think the one thing we want to stick to is our uniqueness. We want the icons to expect different versions of Katseye, and each version is always going to be very true to ourselves, the 6 of us individually, which is why I know that as much as Gnarly was very jarring, it's part of us, and you just haven't seen that side of us, especially because we're so new. Interesting. Obviously, Beautiful Chaos is darker than SIS. Whoa, what just happened? That just scrolled all the way to the top. Whoa, that was weird. Seemed like you were all really excited about Gabriella coming out. Super excited. Obviously, Daniela's very excited. It's definitely sassier than anything we've done before. I think people will love it. Megan, especially with it being a longer song too, people have been asking for that for a while, so we're finally giving them a longer song. That is something I have talked about on this channel before, how songs are just getting shorter and shorter and shorter. I can't tell if it's like it's cheaper to make a shorter song. I'm assuming it is. Or they're just trying to make a viral song that can be applied and sold and licensed to social media apps like TikTok, Instagram, whatever. So you don't need a long song. You just need a minute 30. That's it. Or maybe just even a minute. Like it just, the days of like 4 minute, 420, 340, like those longer songs are just over for the most part. I don't know why it keeps scrolling up like that. That's crazy. What I think is so beautiful about Mean Girls is that it's a song that uplifts and supports girls in every version of themselves. Being a girl or a woman can be really tough at times, constantly navigating expectations, judgments, double standards, so much pressure to fit in to boxes that were never made for us in the first place. So creating a song like Mean Girls felt important because it kind of reminds us girls that they're not alone, that there's strength in choosing kindness over competition. It's not about building each other up and it's about building, there we go. It's not about building each other up. It's about tearing each other down. Totally different message there. It's about building each other up, not tearing each other down. There we go. We'll get it right. Jeez. All right, let's see what we got here. We wanted to make a group that was so passionate about music at the same time you get to see yourself in us in the group. It's not just about that. It's also about how we connect with the fans. I think that's the best part about it, and that's why we want to touch different areas of the world throughout our career. We want to promote everywhere, and we're so grateful to have promoted in so many places already. That's awesome. Gotten much closer throughout the year. One of the biggest pieces of advice we get from almost all artists that have been in groups is communication. Bingo. As simple as it is, it actually is a complex thing. It's something that we are constantly trying to figure out. Yeah. If you're not communicating, you're falling apart as a group, for sure. Well, in a lot of areas in life, you're falling apart. I feel like a lot of people are not lucky enough to have a built-in community. People search for that and long for it, like a friend group or some sort of community and team around them that makes them feel safe. Shout out to the Todd Reacts Discord, which is totally free. Link available on the website and everywhere else. During our personal time, or at least for me, this is Megan, I love surrounding myself with people that bring me up and bring positivity into my life. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Surrounding yourself with downers all the time? Terrible. Leave those people behind. Bye-bye. It's one of those things that you learn as you get older is like, you really want to cut out the people with negative energy. Like they drain you. When you should be like relaxing and just kind of coasting through life and, doing your best at what you need to do and all that stuff. And then there's people behind you just pulling you back. Oh, it's terrible. When we have an off day, I turn off every light, pull the curtains closed, and just sleep in the dark, Yun-Che says, which makes sense. She's 17. Sophia says she hibernates. Yun-Che says, I wake up really late, eat really good food, watch Netflix shows. That's perfect. So she must stay up till crazy hours. Do you guys find it hard to turn work off? Yeah, oh my gosh. If you're working for yourself or not working a 9 to 5 and have like that set schedule, you are really finding it difficult to turn it off. It's just an unfortunate reality. Megan says, or even when we go out, I just can't go out looking ugly. I want to be cute. A lot of the times we get recognized. I want to be cute for the pictures. It actually takes time. That's such a funny point. That is so hilarious. I think that's a good question. With age, does that disappear? Like your desire to always be on? Maybe. I guess it depends on the person. Adjusting to fame has definitely had its challenges, said Manon. As a black woman, I do feel like I'm held to a different standard at times. Like there's this pressure to be perfect or carry more than just my own story, and that can feel very heavy. On top of that, I'm learning how much of my life I want to keep private and how much I'm comfortable sharing with the world, which has been a tricky balance to figure out. Yeah, I mean, if you're really well known, at a certain point, you either disconnect completely or you just open it up. Like there's, unfortunately, the more you're in the public eye, the more that's going to be released. Like TMZ and all those tabloid kind of things will be calling your family members, your neighbors, your old childhood friends, like whatever they can do to get information on you. What do you want the world to see, Katseye? How do you want the world to see Katseye? Laura said iconic and legendary. But when I say that, I don't mean to be vague. I feel like we just want people to see us as a group that has a very, very strong impact and who actually made waves within pop culture, music, fashion, everything. We want to be the one. The one. Wow. She literally said the word that came to my mind. Impact, said Sophia. I think that's what we want to do. We really want to make a mark. Boy, that reminds me of... That reminds me of the, gosh. Reminds me of a Steve Jobs quote. Let's see if I can bring this up real quick.
You grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money, But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it, that's maybe the most important thing, is to shake off this erroneous notion that life is there and you're just going to live in it, versus embrace it, change it, improve it, make your mark upon it. I think that's very important. And however you learn that, once you learn it, you'll want to change life and make it better, because it's kind of messed up in a lot of ways. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
Just immediately popped into my mind because I heard that before, and I was like, oh, making an impact, making a mark, doing that. That's awesome. Very cool. Well, I mean, they're already making a mark. They're nominated for a VMA. So there's one mark. Obviously, their first ever tour, international tour, huge. So definitely interested to see how that goes. I'm glad we got to go over them a little bit more, find out more about them and whatnot. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Go ahead and follow the Twitch channel if you're watching live. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, of course. You can see more of these streams as they populate. And if you'd like to request your own videos, maybe more Katseye, maybe more Walking Dead, maybe more Shine, whatever you feel like, certainly do so. ToddReacts.com. And yeah, I had fun. Check out the merch, ToddReacts.com as well. Ships worldwide, 15% off for members. And as always, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you in the Discord. Take care of yourselves. Thanks so much for joining live. If you joined live, if you're watching later, I hope you're having a good weekend. And I will see you back here on Monday. Different schedule. Mondays and Fridays are back, baby. All right, everybody. Take care. Be safe. See you in the Discord. Bye-bye.